gap filler shirt. And just in case if you guys don't know what that stands for God's appointed people. So if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you are absolutely in the right place. This is where we discuss shared housing, real estate, mobile homes even. That's kind of the newest thing that we've been talking about lately. But if you've entered the year of 2025 and you said to yourself, this is the year that you want to get into real estate, thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. Go ahead and share the room with somebody that you like or love, right? Or somebody that you know that always wanted to help people, but kind of really knew how to do that and also combine real estate. So we're going to talk about a lot tonight. I'm going to talk about a lot of the beginning of where this came from and also some of the beginning of what it is. I expect to have a few different new families in here tonight that don't know quite who we are or what we do. So I never want to take that for granted. So I am going to kind of go over that today in terms of who we are and what we do. Also, if you're absolutely new to us, let us know in two ways, right? Just let us know in the chat. But also, if you're new to us, I want you to text the word new to 407-326-0086. I'm going to scroll that number below. And there's also another prompt that you can do by texting. If you've never seen our original webinar, you're going to text the phrase more info to 407-326-0086. So tonight, I'm gonna just talk to you guys like family, right? But if you want a more of chronological order, what is an ILF and how do we do it? Make sure you text the phrase more info to the phone number scrolling below. And if you're new to us, you can still text that same phone number to that word new to the same phone number, and it'll do the exact same thing. It'll give you a free gift. So just like these nice churches nowadays, that when you show up for the first time, they say, raise your hand if you're a new member, and they give you that free gift. We got one too, but it's one of our best-selling ebooks that's titled, Don't Wait to Be Great. So that's one of the mantras that we live by. You guys will hear me say, you'll probably hear me say 3 or 4 or 7 different sayings tonight or quotes that we live by. Like prime example, we love God, we love people, and we love real estate, right? So that's just one of them. So again, thank y'all so much for joining us. We're super excited. Today's Monday. It's a great day to be alive. If you woke up this morning, you already got a great head start, because somebody didn't wake up today, but you did. So first of all, we should give thanks for that. Happy New Year also to everybody. And again, my name is Derek Forster, and I'm the owner and operator of Second Chance Housing. That's my personal independent living facility where we take people from homeless to hopeful. I'm also the founder and thought leader of Forster Consultants. And that's where me and my family, we go all over the world sharing with people, what is this shared living environment and how in the world, Derek, can you guys do this without needing a license? So again, guys, my family and I, we coined a phrase and we also trademarked it, and it's called independent living facilities. We just call them ILFs, so very short. And most of you all have heard of an ALF before, which is an assisted living facility. What we do is the exact opposite. Our clients cook their own bologna sandwich, they provide their own transportation, and they take their own medications without the need for a nurse, a doctor, or LPN, or a CNA. So you absolutely do not need any medical background to do this. And that's the cheat code. So to me, if you ask me right up front, what's the cheat code to this? And Derek, if you can tell me in 30 seconds, why should I get into this? No license required. You don't have to own the property, and you can do God's will and make a bunch of money building the kingdom of heaven and also make enough money to feed your family. So you just heard another mantra that we live by. Please God, help people, be respected by the community, but also make enough money to feed your family, right? I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, I'm no bishop, I'm none of that. But the Bible says if a man don't work, he don't eat. The Bible also says that when you do unto the least of thee, God said it's like you're doing it unto him. So we're serving a population, guys, that can't afford to go and buy their own apartment. We're serving a population for people that just simply can't go out and buy a house. So the introduction to the independent living facilities is exactly what we do. Again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the absolute way to get into it. We're really casual here. So if you guys got questions or concerns, we encourage that. In fact, we love questions. So if you have a question or a concern, make sure you put it in the chat. Everybody also go ahead and put in the chat where you guys located. I'll kind of put it in first. I'm in the Orlando area and some of those little smaller cities that kind of surround it. But when it comes to say, where do I serve? All of Central Florida and certain parts of Georgia, Alabama, and a few other places, right? But my core is all of Central Florida. There is not a place in Central Florida that we won't touch, right? And if you saw my social media today, like I encourage you guys to go and be nosy, you will see how we're building relationships now in a completely new city that I don't live in. So I've never really been to Eustis. I never really been to Mount Dora, Tavares, but now this is a new stepping stone for us because it's screaming for affordable housing. And now that we're building these new relationships with these park managers, mobile home park managers, that's just going to blow up everything that we're doing. So if you're new to us, we've been doing this for about 7 to 8 years now. And we're just super excited to be able to take this model now of what we do and what you're going to hear me talk about to the mobile home parks. And I've never done that before, but this is going to bring a more affordable way to get into what we do. Because some people can't buy a house. Some people can't rent or lease one. But what I found out in these last few weeks, you can actually buy a mobile home for lesser or cheaper than sometimes it is renting an actual brick and mortar house. So we're excited about that. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Y'all got a lot of choices of where you could be on these internet streets, but y'all chose to be here. But we're going to jump right into it, right? So again, an independent living facility is simply an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight, right? So very simple, not a group home, not an ALF, not an IDD, none of that stuff that requires a license, staff, and state oversight. Because I was just like most of you all, right? For many years, I wanted to help people and be in real estate. And dummy me didn't realize that God gave me every wish I ever dreamed of. I asked to be involved with helping people, and he used my wife to trick me to go to college. That was not my plan. That was God's will and a part of my wife's scheme to make sure I was educated as her husband. So my wife tricked me, y'all, and I jokingly say that, right? But she tricked me to go to college. Took me to the school and said, Darren, let's go see what they got. Y'all, I walked out of that building and said, Shay, did that lady say I start next Thursday? So here we are. 4 years later, I walk across the stage in Jacksonville, Florida, with a bachelor's degree in human services, which is very similar to social work. So guys, I'm no genius, right? I'm no special than any of you all. God just showed me a vision of a lady making 41 grand a month doing what I'm going to show y'all tonight. And again, because my wife was smart enough, she said, Dad, we should trademark this thing. So guys, we trademarked independent living facility. And this is just simply me as that social worker, just like I told you all, right? And again, I got about 5 different new families that's never been around us. I'm just kind of taking you guys through the process. I talk about this a lot. It's also in our original webinar, so I'll kind of scrape across it a little bit because this one story can last 3 hours long, right? But it's just this simple. I was a social worker, and God allowed me to see a lady, y'all, making 41 grand a month doing this model in which I'm talking about tonight. The only difference is, guys, that she did it in rats and roaches. And when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. Because as the social worker, as you see in this picture, probably 7 to 8 years ago, guys, I never saw the inside of a group home, an ILF, or a housing program. So I just sat behind a desk with the computer and a legal pad with some names on it. And when it was time to discharge our clients from the hospital, we didn't have a lot of choices. First of all, number one, you guys asked that the Clifford family, well, Derek, when you were the social worker, where did you send these people? Well, most of them to the street because it wasn't a lot of choices. And then the one lady that was kind of the go-to lady, she housed people in conditions like this, and rats and roaches and filth and in grime. And the same lady I'm telling you about was making the $41,000 a month. Can you imagine making 41 grand a month? And I often ask people, Miss Maxwell, if you made 41 grand every 30 days, would that change your life just a little bit? And I hope the Roundtree family is also here. The Clifford family, the Johnson family, and the Patterson family, and the Sanchez family. All of you guys are new to us. So at any point, Miss Linda and Miss Patricia Potts, who's now family to us, and Miss Latricia, and if I'm saying that wrong, you correct me, sis, but Mrs. Roundtree, all this is the love of God, real estate, and social services all meshed together. God showed me a lady that was living my dream, y'all, and these are the houses and the pictures I took. Because I knew one day when I told this story, Miss Maxwell, somebody was like, Derek, you just stretching this story, bro. It wasn't that bad. Oh, yes, it was, and I took pictures of it. Can you imagine making 41 grand a month, but you got the beds on the floor, no sheets, no comforter, no bed rails? Where's the bed rails, Miss Teal? You see that burnt up kitchen? Me and my wife today, we rehab a lot of properties. We're in the fix and flip game and all of that too. Guys, this is not a fix and flip property. Somebody was living in this place. And the one that broke my heart the most, the Johnson family, not sure if you guys watched that webinar yet, God allowed me to see a lady that was paying $750 to sleep in front of the kitchen stove. The devil is a liar. How can you make 41 grand a month walking into my hospital, Miss Katara, with your red bottom shoes on, nails done every time we see you, the best weave in your head that money can buy, driving Mercedes-Benz, Lexus. Shay, if you can grab me a towel. Shay just walked in the building too, y'all. She getting ready to join us. Shay, I'm sweating a little bit because I'm getting into it tonight, and my mom's here, and she got this heater on, y'all. Y'all shout out Mom Forston in the chat. But all this is, again, guys, is the love of God. But how dare you make 41 grand a month mistreating God's people like this? Vanita, the devil is a liar that we make 41 grand a month. And watch this. Y'all, I was making $28,000 a year, begging God to change my life, begging God to get into real estate. He was like, Derek, wake up, bro. I'm showing you everything you asked me for, Derek. You want to help people? Here go a social work job. Derek, you want to be involved in real estate? Here go a lady that's mistreating people through real estate. So guys, when I saw this, to me, it was a no-brainer. And I jokingly tell people, Miss Angela, if you don't have your glasses on tonight, those are cinder blocks that are holding these beds up. Again, Roundtree family, the devil is a liar. Why would we house people like this? And again, I'm just showing y'all where this came from. So for the Johnson family, when you guys said, well, Derek, where all of this came from? How you thought of this? Guys, I'm no genius, and I'm real good at telling people that. In fact, part of my prayer and my give back to God is that, God, if you let me get into this, God, I'll go all over the world teaching it, and I'll never take any credit. So watch me do that right now. Guys, without God, I'm a nobody. But with God, by the end of the night, most of y'all gonna think I'm a genius, but I am not. God just went, he blew on me and said, Derek, it's your time. You've been begging me to help people. You've been begging me to get into real estate. Here we go. But what most of y'all don't know, especially if you didn't watch that webinar, it took 2 years and I lost 60 pounds trying to figure this thing out. So for most of y'all that kind of just met me in the last few years, I used to be a chubby guy. But when God gave me this vision and showed me a lady that was making 41 grand a month, can 5 of y'all tell me, put in the chat, yeah, that'll change my life, Derek. If y'all made 41 grand every 30 days, Roundtree family, would that change our life? The Sanchez family, you guys told me it's 15 of y'all together in a living room on a 90-inch screen TV, so all of y'all can see me. Sanchez family, please let me know if you made 41 grand a month, would that change your life? And remember what all of this is surrounded by: helping people, the love of God, and real estate. But we're not going to do it this way. No bed rails, no sheets, no comforter. The devil is a liar. So today, this is what we do. We make it look like this, and it's not rocket science, right? So the Dario family, you guys are in ministry. This is what we do normally for the last 7 to 8 years. We take a brick and mortar house, and big shout out to my wife, who I'm getting ready to bring on stage. My wife does this from a nonprofit standpoint. I'm an LLC. I make all my decisions. Nobody can tell me what to do. Now, I jokingly say that. My wife answers to a board. My wife is the president of the Angela Denise Foundation. And remember, I told y'all the other day that I'm never going to bring Shay up ever again unless I give her this big dramatic intro. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to the stage to you the founder of the Angela Denise Foundation. They're changing lives in the community, housing women, displaced women, sex trafficked women, and elderly women that need a place to live and that otherwise would be living on the street without Miss Shay. I present to you all Miss Shay, my beautiful wife. Come on up, honey, and greet the people.
Man, here we go.
I have fun with that.
Listen, here we go again with these dramatic intros.
What's going on, Shay?
So first and foremost, Derek, I am live on TikTok as well. So I just want to say to you all here on YouTube and my TikTok family, hello and good evening. This is a life of an entrepreneur, okay? This is what we're doing. I got Derek over there. I'm just showing you off to Just wave to the
My
TikTok
mom's in
fam.
town and she got this heater on, y'all. I am leaking tonight. So if y'all see me keep doing this, Mom Forston was a little bit under the weather for the last 2 days, but she's feeling great now. She's downstairs cooking and everything, but she's still got the heater on.
Yep. So anyway, for those of you that don't know me, good evening, everybody. I am Shanya Shea Forston, the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Orlando, Florida, where we take women from homeless to hopeful utilizing the ILF model. I'm also an expert consultant here at Forston Consultants, where I teach you how to take your nonprofit or your ILF or any business to the next level. I'm excited about tonight. As y'all see, I'm doing two things. I got my phone in my hand because I'm doing a stream on TikTok as well as my amazing dramatic intro. So many people ask on TikTok, well, what do you really do? Well, on Monday nights, you can find me and my amazing husband here on YouTube teaching people about the independent living facility model, how we do it, why we do it, and how you too can do it. So again, follow us on YouTube. Y'all, if y'all have not already, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit the subscription. Become a member of our YouTube family. And for those of you on TikTok that don't know how to access us, we are at Forston Consultants on TikTok. So, on YouTube. So that's my intro, Derek. How are you?
Shay, I am absolutely doing well. I'm expecting a lot of new people tonight. So normally I will go into a lot of newer stuff, but I want to respect all of the new people that have joined us. And I also want to take any questions as I go. My new people, I can talk about this for 3-4 hours straight, right? My older people know that. So we're here for probably about an hour and a half tonight. And we want to make sure that we give you guys a lot of game. Yes, we got one-on-one coaching and all of that stuff. But I promised God years ago, I said, God, if you let me quit my job and get into this, I'll go all over the world teaching it and I'll never take any credit. So every Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern and every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, we are right here. I got over 655 videos on this very topic on this YouTube channel. There is absolutely nobody that teaches this better than we do in terms of shared housing, independent living facilities, and now merging it with the mobile home game. And lucky for you all, I do it as an LLC. My wife is a nonprofit. So when you come into our coaching, again, there's nobody better, because also I sat on both sides of this, guys. I was the poor social worker for 9 years, but now I'm the guy on the other side of the fence. And now the coaching is in 37 states, over 400 ILFs under our tutelage, and we're super, super excited about that. So one thing that we live by, y'all, is don't procrastinate, because procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do.
Right.
Watch this. Don't raise your hand. Don't put nothing in the chat, but to yourself. Raise your hand in your house only to yourself if God has told you to get into real estate, if God has told you to get into the realm of helping people. Because Derek didn't say it, y'all. The Bible says the poor and the needy will always be among us. So it's up to us to take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow, right? So that's just biblical type stuff. And for the Sanchez family, you guys asked what it looked like. So as I showed you, this is a house that used to be an ugly doodle green, and excuse my language. My wife nonprofit program, right? Along with me, of course, but I give her all the credit. Shay took this house and rehabbed it, because 90% of us lease or rent these places. But if you start like we did, guys, I was a poor social worker making 28 grand a year. How was I going to buy a house? Right. So I rented and leased them, and a bunch of them, until we got to a point to where we could buy. Now it's time to buy. My wife took this property and rehabbed it. So now, Sanchez family, this is what the inside looks like. Not the rats and roaches and the beds on the floor like I showed you earlier. Like, why would we do that? So this allows us to be the answer to our city. I jokingly tell people, y'all, 8 years ago, I was an absolute nobody. And I'm jokingly saying that, right? I got family, people love me, I'm married, all that. But guys, nobody knew me. Nobody like none of that. Derek, but today, because of I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nobody even trusted what you were doing. They didn't trust the vision. So I think that's the part that you want to hone in on, is the fact that you started from nowhere. Although you had the educational background, you had the work background, nobody knew you. So go on ahead.
Yeah. And also, again, just saying, like nobody knew us. But now, because of what we do, Guys, we're so respected in our city now. The city looks for us to help them. My church looks for me to help them.
Yeah.
Government entities and like all of these people, like guys, I'm going to be showing you guys January 31st. I hope you guys are booked your ticket to join us in January 31st. That's this month. That's on a Friday in Orlando, Florida. We got an absolute live event. Shay's going to put the information in the chat, but I'm going to unveil a lot of the text messages and emails that I've been getting from police officers, the sheriff's department, the Channel 2 News now.
Yes.
And no more making the news for bad stuff, y'all.
Tell Dornico he sparked the flame.
The news now want to talk to your boy for good stuff now. And I got the email to prove it. So Dornico, you shook a little bit out of that on me. And I appreciate that. So now today, the way people view Shay, and I was like, wow, when people think of housing, they think of us. Remember what my shirt stands for. This is not a Gap shirt from the mall, ladies and gentlemen. This stands for God's appointed people. For whatever you do, and most of y'all that come here, you involved in real estate and helping people. And it's this shared living in what we do. So Shay, you hop in anytime you want. The Sanchez family just want to see what it looked like from the standpoint there, because it's a 45 unit building. No, it's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 4-bed, 2-bath. Shay, tell the people what your house was before you rehabbed it.
So mine was a 4-3, and it is now a 5-3. We converted the the formal dining room into a bedroom with closet, so it's a fully functional bedroom. So yeah, a little bit of great ideas and some walls can change a room.
Good stuff. So I got some questions that's already coming in, and I got a lot of content to show you guys tonight. But again, we're family now, so you guys can just butt in, ask questions, jump in the chat, because I'm going to say a lot. Now, if I'm just answering your stuff along the way, great. Let me know in the chat. But if not, Roundtree family, Johnson family, Potts family, you put your questions in the chat. So I got about 5 of them queued up already, Shay, and you and I kind of tag team these. And even right before I do that, I want to give a big shout out to the Parks family, the Banks family, the Rice family, Potts family, 2 Johnson families, the Telford family, the Asong family, and the Malone family. All of you guys have joined our coaching here very recently, and we're just super excited that you guys trusted us, and we look forward to the great impact that you're getting ready to make in your community. So question number 1 is the tenants we house responsible for the portion of the utilities, Ms. Shay? I'll let you go first.
No, so it's what we do is we have a one-stop shop, right? Our goal is to provide everything that the resident needs at a flat fee. So they pay one bill, and that is only for them to reside in our ILFs. So we don't charge them extra for lights. We don't charge them extra for water. We don't charge them for all the extra little things. That is a part of what we provide.
Good stuff. And I'll answer it the same way, right? So Shay said that we're a one-stop shop. That means that when we move in somebody, lights, water, cable, Wi-Fi, that's all on us, guys. That's why our social workers and case managers and people that we also work with love us, because we make it easy. The intake process is very easy from the time we take the call to the decision-making to actually moving them in. So no, my tenants do not pay separately for lights and Wi-Fi. Make sense, everybody? Question number 2 that came in. Do I need an LLC to start this share? Or can I just start this in my normal name?
Please don't start it in your normal name. Whatever you do, do not start it in your normal name.
Can you tell them why?
Liability, right? Liability. I actually did a call not too long ago with a family, Derek, that didn't realize how they thought they had a business set up. And when we went to go do some stuff for their digital stuff, they realized that we realized that they did not have a business. So we had to take them back to the drawing board to be able to, really obtain that, get that LLC, get that S Corp, C Corp, whatever you're choosing to do, get some input from your accountant, your account professional, and come on ahead and get it done. What you don't want to do is do this in your own name and leave your family in trouble, right? When it comes to liability. All it takes is a slip and fall, and now you're in trouble. It's no corporate shield or corporate veil that's there to protect you. So you want to make sure that you do have an entity to start this program.
Absolutely. Then my input on that is the biggest lawsuit that I've ever went through, because I tried to do this in my regular name. So, guys, I wrote an ebook that outlines the 12 dumbest mistakes I ever made. In fact, that's the title of it, right? And I'll post that here soon. And what's cool about it, well, actually, let me make the point first. When I first started this, y'all, many years ago, dummy me, because I didn't know, I put this in Derek Forstner's name. Let me give you some free coaching right now. Do not put this lease in your name, and don't do this in your name. Get rid of whatever your first and last name is and come up with something different. The name of my program is called Second Chance, right? Now watch this. Here's some more free coaching. Dummy me, because I didn't know this years ago. My program is called Second Chance Housing. When I coach you all, watch this. 5 of y'all that are under my coaching right now, put the name of your program in the chat. I'm going to make a point because I just told you my name is Second Chance Housing. If you're under my coaching right now, put the name of your program in the chat. Notice how everybody's name that's going to go in this chat does not end in housing. It don't end in home. We use words like solutions, enterprise, group, Inc., foundation, consultants. There's some free coaching right there, y'all, that cost me $40,000. And I'm giving it to y'all for free tonight. So I'm going to check the chat and see what we got. Clarissa Project, Reaching for Success Solutions. I also have, let me see, Fresh Start. Housing of Dayton. So Dornico kind of came in that beginning side.
He did, yeah.
But the people that are under, most of 95% of y'all now, we don't even use the word housing. Now, once you're established like Dornico and I, it kind of don't matter anymore.
Right.
But in the beginning, to help you to get over the hump, Malone family, we don't want to use the word housing in our name. And that's why you chose Renewed Hope Haven. Love that, Kay. Okay. The other ones, somebody asked again about utilities. I think we're talking about that now, actually. So I'll answer that. But that's the point that I wanted to prove to y'all. And there's some free coaching. Don't put this in your name. And yes, start a business, start an entity. Because 8 minutes ago, I told you that Shay is a what?
I'm a nonprofit.
And guys, I'm an LLC. My brother, God rest his soul, he was an S Corp.
Yes.
So we don't get into what entity it is. Just get one. Avoid the $40,000 mistake like I did. The Rafa House Foundation. Love it.
Yeah.
Now, under my coaching, just if you would have met me first, I would have probably got rid of that word house. Just saying. But watch this, because I want to give you the coaching and why I say that. The social worker, the case manager, and all the people that you're going to work with, they don't care what your name is. When I coach you all, I coach y'all also from the business side of it. Shay and I also do business coaching. So when I send you to the bank to go get the bag, as the young people say, the bank views real estate as a high-risk industry. They love solutions. They love enterprise. They love consultants. They love foundation.
Yeah.
That's not a high risk to them. So that's the difference between me sending you to the to the bank to go and get a $5,000 credit card or a $25,000 credit card.
Big difference.
Depending on what your name is.
Yeah.
So for everybody listening right now, whether you take my coaching or not, take my advice on ending your name as something that's just generic. Watch this. I could have been just Second Chance. Because if I say Second Chance, you don't know what I do. And that's what we want to keep it as, so that you're not locked in to housing per se. Right? So again, my suggestion and in my coaching, you're going to end your name with something that's just generic, like the word Jungle Boo. A Jungle Boo Solutions, Jungle Boo Enterprise, Jungle Boo Group, Jungle Boo Foundation. Those are the names that you will end it with now. So again, guys, I have a book that's titled How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco and How to Avoid the 12 dumbest mistakes I made. That's one of them. So turn yourself into a business. And thank you all for asking that question, because a lot of people learn a lot when I kind of pause and talk about that. Shay, can you tell the people for 2 seconds, why in the world did you decide to go nonprofit versus an LLC? The Gregg family asked that.
So the reason for me not transitioning, but starting as a nonprofit was because I saw a larger picture in not only my organization, but in Forston Consultants. So, where we're building out and developing different things, the ability to provide not just housing, but other programs, right? Like rental assistance, being able to be, someone that can provide our ILFs locally and in the future nationally with other means to, whether it be affordable, affordable furniture, affordable items that we can help everyone. So that was the main reason. It wasn't just about me. It was about how can we be the nonprofit that covers the ILF as a whole. So that was one reason. The other reason was grants. Everybody gets sucked into the wormhole of grants. Free money. Let's get it. But nobody
Is it that
ever,
easy, Shay?
That's what I'm getting ready to get to, D. Nobody ever tells you the hula hoops, the obstacle course that you go through in order to get these grants. I'm going to drop one gem here when it comes to this, Derek. Most nonprofit organizations don't realize that they're really not considered grant ready until they've got 4 years in the game.
Not 3, not 2,
4.
Okay.
4 for your big, large grants. They want to see, your grantors want to see that you've been in the IRS web or in the books, right? That you filed, that you know how to obtain funds outside of grants, i.e. knowing how to fundraise, knowing how to do different things to bring in your own income, and that you're not solely reliant on your grant. So again, a lot of people don't know that. I did not know that until I took a 6-month course that literally just drove me nuts in grant writing. And a lot of people don't know how to really position themselves to be grant ready. So a lot of grants, like prime example, speaking to a bank president that told us, out of all of the hundreds of thousands of applications that came in for their biggest grant giveaway was what, 160, was it million? I think it was million that they gave out in grant funds. And out of all of those people that put in applications, very few of them were actually positioned or deemed as grant ready. So they were denied within 2 seconds of opening their application. And a lot of people don't know that. And a lot of people don't teach people that you've got to be grant ready and you've got to be somewhat self-sustaining so that they see that it's not just you with your hand out saying, gimme, gimme, gimme. Yeah. It's also, how are you, how are you meeting these goals that you say you're looking to meet without my money? How can you do it without me? Do you know how to fundraise? Do you know how to get out there, pull up your bootstraps and get things going for yourself as a nonprofit? So that was one of the hard lessons I had to learn, right? But super grateful that, since starting, we've always had, I've had donors. My board members are donors as well. Hint, hint. If you're going to have board members, make sure that they are paying dues or making donations to your organization. What better investment than those that are sitting on your board to invest into your vision as well?
Put some rich people on your board. Wink, wink, wink.
Put people that have some status.
Put some people that are well-to-do and that have status, right? Not just your cousin, right? Not just your homeboy from high school. Right. But put some people that are really, making an impact in the community, but also to have a good personal life, right? Prime example, Shay's got accountants, she's got surgeons, people that run hospitals. Yeah. It's not just her cousin and me. In fact, I'm not even on Shay's
Derek
board. I
board.
wasn't even high enough echelon, y'all. No. Right? Joking. But you want to make sure that, because again, I'm not a non-profit. I'm not that. I'm an LLC. So I don't have to deal with what Shay does, right? Right. So when Shay came to me not 2 years ago, but when Shay came to me and said, well, babe, what am I going to do? Well, babe, you're going to house these women now. And she said, well, Derek, let's not get me an LLC. You have one already. Yeah. Why should I get one? Let's get me a nonprofit. So for her birthday, probably 5-6 years ago,
it's been a while.
I bought her the nonprofit for her birthday, and Shay is the president and the founder of the Angela Denise Foundation and Changing Lives in Orlando, Florida. Shay, you say this one thing all the time that every time, even when I hear it, it shocks me, and a lot of people don't know it. And it's surrounded by you saying that you don't own your nonprofit.
I don't.
What does that mean, Shay? Didn't you start it? Didn't I pay for it? What do you mean you don't own it?
So a nonprofit isn't owned, it's governed. First and foremost, right? So
somebody type that in the chat. A nonprofit is not owned, it's governed. Somebody type that in the chat. That's good stuff.
So the goal of a nonprofit is to give away more than you get, right? Or get everything you get, you give away. I'm not in the game to make a profit, although I can make a profit. Hear me on that.
And you do.
Yes, right.
Let's
right.
not get that twisted either,
let's
right?
not get that twisted. We're not in the game for, well, listen, I want to make 500 mil this year, right? If I make 500 mil, I better be giving away 500 mil, because that's the goal of a nonprofit. It's to be the hands and feet in the community. The community is going to dictate the need for a nonprofit. So people get into they have the idea of, I'm gonna just start a nonprofit and wing it. You have to see what needs are viable. Like, what are some realistic needs in your community that you can now structure a nonprofit organization to get behind and push to help make better. And that's literally what a nonprofit is. So like for me, my goals stay in alignment with, again, housing, women, young women, those that are single parents that are trying to figure life out. Like, my goals still stay in that same realm, but I can provide new programs to help reach those individuals in different facets of their life, right? So like housing is one. Being able to provide the schools that are really in bad shape with toiletries for the young ladies. Because if the school is in bad shape, or not in bad shape, but they're Title One, where most of the kids are on a free lunch program, the likelihood is that the families are struggling financially. So what can I now do in this school to assist them? One, young ladies, why not have menstrual packs set up so that they may not have a quarter to go put in the thing to get a pad, or what they need. So having feminine hygiene products, having male care, health care, hygiene care sets in these schools are things that we're doing. And it still all falls under the umbrella of the Angela Denise Foundation's mission and vision. So that's how you position yourself adequately as a 501c3. Meet the needs in your community. In order to know what the needs are, you've got to do your research. Don't start a foundation for let me think, pets, and you live in an area where people don't have issues with pets. Like, everybody takes care of their pet. It's not sufficient. It's not beneficial to the community. So find a need and meet it. That's what a nonprofit does.
Good stuff. I love it. I love it. And instead of going to the question that I have already that's text in, I love the live stuff better. That's always priority. So I'm going to go over to Miss V. Vanita Johnson says, are there any rules for this, such as curfew, etc.? So I'm going to let Shay and I answer that, right? So in my program, yes. Now, if you have a job and you get off at 1 o'clock in the morning, no problem. I just need to know about it. Mm-hmm. But in my houses, I tell all of my guys that nothing good happens after 10 p.m., excuse me. So most of my guys, watch this, y'all, because of the medications that they're on, and I house a lot of elderly, older cats anyway, my guys go to sleep early anyway. So I can show y'all the inside of my houses right now in terms of my camera system, and most of my guys are laying across the couch. They sitting in the recliner, halfway dozing off around this time. So for us, yes, I have a curfew, and it's a part of my rule book, because another thing, sis, Miss V, a lot of people, when they hear us talk about this structure, they think we just rent rooms to people and they do whatever they want to do. Mm-hmm. That's the difference between us and just some guy that's renting rooms in your city. So we got the same structure as a group home, correct, the same structure as an ALF in terms of rules, but without all of the oversight. So if that makes sense, Miss V. So yes, we have curfew, but lucky for me, most of my guys are in early anyway and don't want to be outside when the sun goes down. Now, I'm just blessed with that. But to answer your original question, yes, there is a curfew. Yeah. Shay?
For me, not so much so. My ladies are very responsible. If I do see that when my population shifts, there is an implemented curfew. But when my population is like how it is right now, Derek, there's no curfew because my ladies are very, very, very responsible. But like I said, most times again, for me, it's based on my population type. Yeah. So like there's times that I have younger women that are in a program that's now being being followed by a program. They have a curfew unless they are, like Derek said, unless they work. And then there's proof of that needs to be provided to myself into the case.
So Shay, you're not just trusting these people? Is that what you're saying, Shay?
No, because if they're because a lot of times, Derek, and this is like the house in Kissimmee. So the female house in Kissimmee is ran by a healthcare facility. I just pay the rent. They reside. All is well, right? Their rules are my rules that are enforced from both sides, from the healthcare that's doing the oversight, the healthcare providers that are doing the oversight, as well as me. So we work together in our rules, right? Everybody's in alignment with the rules. If they say, hey, Shay, at this time, we want everybody in, that's what's going to happen, right? Because I'm partnering with another organization. So again, it just depends on the population type. Back to you, Mr. Forster.
Back to me? Okay, yeah. Good stuff. So let's see. There was another question that came in. Let's keep knocking them out. And guys, we love questions. So you guys can keep those coming. That's what we thrive off of, is you guys asking questions and getting the know-how. I'm going to go over to the Roundtree family right here. I'm going to pull it up. Also, guys, put in the chat where you guys are viewing us from, city and state. We do a lot of networking here. If you know anything about our HRA program, the Housing Referral Agency, there's a lot of people that do what we do, but they do it as in terms of being an HRA, a Housing Referral Agency or agent, where you can house the homeless or the displaced and never need property. It's all done by your cell phone and an internet connection. So we'll talk about that as well. And we also have a webinar for it. But the Roundtree family is asking, what is the estimated startup cost? And also, what is the time frame it takes to get established? So startup costs typically comes from whatever your rental or your leasing payment is. So if you go find a house for $1,800 and it's a 4-bed, 2-bath, more than likely you're going to pay $1,800 times 2. Mm-hmm. Most people want first and security. I paid first, security, double deposit, all kind of stuff just to get into a place. But you just never know, right? So prime example, my largest ILF to date, and I'll show you a picture of it. It's a mini mansion. The gentleman was honest with me. He said, Derek, I don't trust you or this method you talking about. But if you want to try this big mouth, I want $7,200. I want first, last, and double deposit. Sure, I was like, But I knew, y'all, that if I got into that house, Miss Roundtree, this would be the biggest money maker and the biggest impact home that I'd ever have. Today, this house is up and running, and I rented it, 7 years ago, and I still rent it. Even though we buy property, we also rent and lease them still. Correct. So watch this. Startup cost is usually the most money you got to be concerned with is what it costs for me to get the real estate. Whether you rent it, buy it, or lease it. So your rent times 2, and we got to turn on lights and water. Correct. Now watch this, AJ. AJ, if you was anything like me, big bro, in the beginning, I had bad credit, so they charged me a water deposit and a light deposit. Yep. That was $350 each. Wi-Fi is $70, where most of y'all live at between $50 and $70. That's our overhead, guys, essentially, and insurance. And we talk about that again. Dummy me in the beginning, no insurance, got a lawsuit, got with the Morgan & Morgan. So we teach you guys all of the dumb stuff I did. Y'all better not make none of those mistakes because I made them all for you. Back to the Roundtree family's other part of that question. She said, what is the time frame? I love this question. I got a lady that I taught this to. I got a couple of them. Watch this. The lady found us on YouTube on a Saturday. She had her first coaching and talking to me on a Monday. Mm-hmm. She had a house and 3 clients in it that 9 days later. Now, is that normal? No, absolutely not. I'd be lying if I say you can get into this, y'all, and you'll be full in 2 weeks. I don't really work like that.
She had a nonprofit.
But I got a lot of people that get started in less than 30 days. But the reason why that's hard to answer, because I never know what you all are going to put into it. So the only thing that I can't guarantee is your hustle and your grind in terms of what you put into it.
Say it one more time.
But I will tell you this, if you put your all into it, because the good thing about it, God is all over this. We love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And we just learned how to merge them all together. So if you put your hands to the plow, God is already in it. You're going to get our best. And watch this, even before I finish the answer. Most people, 90% of y'all, what takes the most amount of time is getting the real estate to do it in.
Right.
I had a call earlier today from a lady that asked the same question. I said, well, ma'am, looking for you. You got a house already. You're further than 50%. I told this lady, you're 50% further than most people I'll ever teach. And ma'am, if you're in here tonight, shout me out in the chat. I won't call you out unless you shout me out. But I spoke to a lady today. I said, ma'am, you and your partner, y'all got 3 houses apiece? She said, yeah, we got 6 houses total. I said, ma'am, I'm going to tell you right now, you're 50% further than most people I'll ever teach this to. She was like, well, why, Derek? I said, because you already have the property. Most people that I'm teaching, the long frame and the time that we put in this is getting the property, not the people. The residents are plentiful. So to answer both of your questions, the biggest startup cost is what the rent or the lease will be. Now, if you go buy this place, Roundtree family, God bless y'all. Only 5% of y'all come to me and buy property or have it already. 95% of y'all start the way I did by leasing or renting a house. That means getting permission from some guy. They say, hey, sir, can I rent your property?
Right.
And we give you the spiel for it. So don't do that. Right. But that's the gist of it. Shay, if you want to hop in.
No, I think this is a question. This is one of those cringe questions for me, right? How long does it take to get started, or how long does it take to be full? I tell anybody as a business consultant, what is your plan? People have to realize that businesses that are successful take time to grow and nurture. Anything done quickly is lost very quickly. Things that take time. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is something that you're going to build. This is something that people really aren't used to. So even in this niche, Dornico is in the chat. Dornico is a groundbreaker, right, for his area. Dornico had to be the trailblazer. He had to go out there and introduce the model.
Now he all over the news.
Exactly. And in a good way.
Yeah.
Right. But like I said, these are obstacles that you'll have to face when you're doing something that's not common, that is a business model that people may not like or understand. You have to now nurture this process to help make it pleasing to the people that you're going to be serving, right? And that can take time sometimes, right? The Bible even tells us knock. You got to keep on knocking, and don't just say knock twice and then
keep knocking.
It don't say you're gonna knock 5 times and it's gonna be added unto you. You're gonna have to continuously knock. There are times that people have the misconception because some other people may be in your area doing something similar and they don't do it so well. And that's when you have to be transparent enough to say, listen, I know your reservations about this process, but let me show you that we're different. So again, a lot of times people will be trailblazers in their respective areas. But for the most part, again, pull them shirt sleeves up and let's get to work. Because that's literally what it is. It's business, right? Business takes time, period.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and also I'll even add to that, especially if you've never ran a business or you're completely new to this.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll even just go ahead and say it now out loud. A lot of you guys that are under our coaching, and this fits into what the Roundtree family just asked, though. How fast can I get started? That's actually what she's asking, right? And I don't blame her because I was the same way. How fast can I get started? I'm going to put it to you like this. A lot of you guys that are under my coaching that know what we're getting ready to do in Eustis and Tavares and Mount Dora, your time frame going to be quicker because I'm going to have access to the real estate to put you in.
Yeah.
Now, if you're new to us, you may have no clue what I'm talking about.
Listen.
But God is basically giving us a whole mobile home park.
Listen.
And I'm going to try not to go too deep into it because Shay going to get me. But essentially, if you're under our coaching and you're local to the area, your startup time just now sped up probably by 75% more than ever before because of the access we have to this new park and the new way that we're going to be doing things. One more example, I'm going to give it over to Shay. And I think I said it. Guys, it cost me $7,200 to rent that one house. Correct. I'm showing y'all mobile homes on my page for free, for $1,000, for $3,000, and for $5,000. I'm gonna repeat that because I talk fast sometimes and also stutter. Guys, I'm seeing mobile homes for free. Yeah, they need work done to them. Some of them for $1,000. Some of them, the one for $5,000 on my page right now. Anybody, I dare you to say that you wouldn't buy that place. Please go be nosy and look at my page, y'all. If y'all miss my social media today, please go check it out. Look how I just walked up to that Veterans Hospital clinic and gave them people my stuff and then put my cars all over their table. So I asked in that post, what are you doing today to make your dream come true? Faith without works, guys, is dead. You can pray and pray and pray and want all you want. But if you don't go get in that car and start following some of the instruction that we're giving you all, this is all baloney. Yeah. Remember what we live by. Remember I told you earlier, I got about 7 phrases I live by. Here go another one. Move at the speed of instruction.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Does that make sense, everybody? Yeah. Move at the speed of instruction. Or how some people like to say it, move at the speed of revelation. Mm-hmm. That means when you get this thing, like, oh my God, they would just unveil something I never knew. Move on it.
Yeah.
Patterson family, Johnson family, Sanchez family, Roundtree family, let's go. Like, what are we waiting on? We don't have to own the property. I don't need state oversight. I don't need my city's permission. And I can rent the dadgum house. Oh, and Derek discovered over the last 14 days that we can go on mobile home parks and do this. Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, hey, check this out. We got to take a quick commercial break. We got to pay some bills. When I come back from break, make sure you guys have 5 different questions in the chat because I want to keep blessing y'all. If you got questions or concerns about what we're doing, or if you just joined us, we're simply talking about shared housing, real estate, and the love of God all mixed into one. These are not group homes. These are not ILFs. These are not IDDs or none of that stuff that requires a license and for you to spend a bunch of money to get into it. Guys, we're going to rent a house. We're going to build relationships with social workers and case managers. Exactly what I used to be. You trying to find the Derek in your city. Guys, I was the social worker. I was the honeypot and didn't even know it. Now you're looking for that guy in your city. Let's take a break. We coming right back. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, let's do it. You heard the guy. Make sure you guys watch that webinar, and the instruction is probably scrolling below, or we might have changed it. Let me put that back up there. Tonight, as I said, I'm just talking to you guys like family, right? But if you want a more of a chronological order of what is an ILF, how to get started, and some more stuff, please watch the webinar. My team is going to see the analytics that you watched it, and they're going to send you a link to schedule a call with me and Shay to talk about how can we get you started in your city. But now if it's just general questions, bring them right here and we can all learn together. But if you want that coaching, the one-on-one coaching, and if you love this, can you imagine what the one-on-one coaching is like? So let's jump back into it. Miss Danielle, good to see you. Jump into it, Shay.
So I want to go back to something because I know Katara's in the chat. Katara, if you sis, if you are here, I want you, because a lot of people are asking, so who was it? E. Marie asked, how easy or hard is it to get tenants? I want to give you a true live indirect, and we're actually going to have Katara on as a guest. If you are here, Katara, do me a favor and just put in the chat, how long did it take from when you got started? And then give the people
love to tell her story
bit.
Too, because she's the epitome of what the Roundtree family asked and E. Marie. And if I think who that is, that's our new family member, I think. E. Marie, is that you from Missouri? We sent you something in your email too, Marie. If that's E. Marie, she's family now. She also just purchased our package. So if that's her, I'm not sure. It may or may not be. But Katara, is there a way to pull her up, Shay, to tell this story? Because if not, I'll be glad to tell.
Okay, so Katara, if you're available and
if you're able to speak, that would be great.
I can get her in.
And, just in fact, Katara, put in the chat yes or no, because if that is a yes, we'll just wait. But if not, I'm good at telling her story because she's the epitome of that question that was asked of how long it takes.
I love her story because it shows that it's like.
E. Marie said, yes, that's her. So good stuff. Also, check your email too, sis. We sent you something. I think there was a mix up with your phone number or something, but I think we got it right now. So you should be good to go. So
Okay,
Katara
she
said
said
she
she
can't
can-
speak
okay.
right now, so no problem. So I do a
So-
good job of telling her story.
I
So-
don't want you to tell a story though.
Don't tell
I
it.
want Katara to put in the chat. I want her to put in the chat.
But even if she put it, like, they won't
can
get the
tell a
gist
little
of the
bit of
story.
her story.
So, hey, Katara, go ahead and do what Shay's saying,
Right.
and then I'll follow it up with the
Thank
story.
you. Yes.
Because my story is going to be bigger impact than what you're going to
But
type.
I want people to see her tell her thing.
In fact, no, I'll wait. I'll let her text that first. Let's go to that other question, and we'll come back.
Yeah.
Let me see.
How long does it take to get residents?
That's the same question. So let's go to a different one.
Did we answer it?
Would it? That's the one that we're waiting on for Katara.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Remember?
Sorry. Slow moment.
So would it be highly recommended to start a resident waiting list? Perfect. Good question, Danielle.
That is so good.
So I'm gonna answer that in two ways. First of all, I'm gonna say absolutely. And the second part, I'm gonna give you a quick answer. Sometimes with this population that we serve, they need housing right now, right now.
Within seconds.
So your little waiting list that you started, soon as she hang up with you, Miss Danielle, and you tell her, well, we ain't quite open and we got a waiting list, she gonna hang up with you and call the next 5 people. So you can start a waiting list, but essentially when these people call, they need the housing right now. Our clientele won't call you a week in advance. They're not going to call you 2 weeks in advance and say, hey, Derek, in 14 days, bro, I'm going to need you. They're going to call you the day of or the day before. So sometimes that waiting list idea, it's a great idea, depending on the population, though. Because sometimes people can wait. Meaning if they're staying somewhere already, Danielle, but they kind of don't like it. But if you say, hey, ma'am, I'm opening in 13 days from now. If you could just wait it out, I'll move you in. Now, that may work. But if she don't have nowhere to go and she being kicked out, evicted, pushed out, mama said you got to go, Danielle, your waiting list really won't matter to her because she going to call the next person.
Yeah.
So the original answer is yes. Start one. The other side, just know from my coaching, that person gonna also call somebody else the moment they hang up with you because they need somewhere to go tonight.
But the good
Make
thing
sense, Danielle?
the good thing about it, though, is that they'll always have access to your information and you'll always have access to theirs. So that's another reason why we tell people, make sure that you have a CRM system, which we provide all of our coaching clients. So you don't just come to us and we're like, get this, get this, get this, get this. We have everything in-house so that we can make sure that you have everything you need to function well. So prime example, with that CRM, being able to identify those people, being able to take notes and have it there connected to their contact card, you can always follow up and have a process that you create to be more consistent in your messaging and being able to, again, keep tabs on those residents. So don't just have just a little spreadsheet and you going down the spreadsheet. Find multiple ways to be able to keep them engaged and fully functioning. Look at Don Daniel in the chat.
What's going on, Big Don?
The pill method himself.
So you guys heard us talk about that event that we're having January 31st. Don literally just came into the room. So he is the founder of the Pill Method International. So I encourage each one of you guys to check that out. If you don't know who Don is, first of all, come to our event January 31st, but definitely go to popclive.com. That's popclive.com. And it stands for Pillars of Prosperity Conference Live. Again, really slowly, that's popclive.com. Don's going to teach you guys how to eliminate debt, crush interest rates. Shay and I's job, when we speak, we're going to teach you guys how to make a bunch of money, be the impact in your community while doing God's will, but also, again, being the beacon of light that your community needs when it comes to affordable housing. And again, if you want to get rid of debt, right, crush interest rates. And this is one of those events I tell people, you want to forget everything you thought you knew about debt, interest costs,
about getting debt
right,
free.
Refinancing real estate, your student loan debt, all of these things. Don teaches you guys how to kill all of that debt in 7 years or less. So that's what, if that interests you at all, please go to popclive.com and know that's not your uncle or cousin. That just stands for Pillars of Prosperity Conference Live. And it's January 31st. That's a Friday in Orlando, Florida, ladies and gentlemen.
And Derek, we actually have a gift. We have a gift for any of our new coaching clients. So if anybody that signs up before the 31st, you get your ticket. You get a couple's ticket. So you and your husband, Come on.
In fact, I'm going to stretch that to both of my packages. So if you purchase our ILF Mastery Blueprint or the ILF Accelerator, you come to the conference complimentary, right? So one more time, slowly. Our one-on-one coaching, the ILF Mastery Blueprint or the ILF Accelerator, the 6-month program, if you guys purchase either one of those between now and the next 25 days, we're literally going to let you, what is it? Yeah.
They got
23 days, maybe?
Let's give them some
You
grace.
guys are more than welcome to come to the event complimentary. Don't pay for it. It's on me. It's a 3-course meal, plated lunch, no Capri Suns, no boxed lunch, plated. Steak, salmon, or chicken. Take your choice, right? So we feed you guys very well, dessert, all of that good stuff. But more importantly, come and learn something that can change your life and the trajectory of your family by doing God's will. Here's one of these sayings again. I told you I got a bunch of them. Imagine having a job or a business to where the financial blessing from God was already built into it. Lord have mercy. One more time. Can you imagine having a business to where the blessing of God was already built into it? That's what this is. Being a gap filler when it comes to real estate and shared housing. Let's jump in it. Lady J says, who pays? Who pays the deposit? So if you've heard me talking, you hear that we talk about housing a population that's homeless or displaced. So how do they get money, Derek? Normally they receive SSI, SSDI, or usually some kind of community funded program. So the tenants actually pay us themselves, Miss Lady J. So even though they're homeless or displaced, most of our people, 95% of them, get SSI or SSDI. That's a Social Security income that they get every month without fail, and nothing stops it. So 95% of my clients, Lady J, I don't depend on them to get up in the morning and go to a job at KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, Walmart, none of that. They get a check every month. But I do got 5% of my guys that get up every morning and go to work, and they pay me either weekly or bi-weekly. So to answer your original question, we are paid from the actual tenant who's living there, other than if it's from a community-funded program. That means that when I get a call one day, hey, Mr. Derek, got another one. He's 45 years old, being discharged tomorrow, Derek. Here's all his information. And Derek, by the way, Derek, he don't got no money, Derek, but we're going to pay for it for 6 months to a year, Derek, until he get back on his feet. No problem. Right? So we work with community-funded programs, hospitals, that when they get a grant for housing, they're going to call you guys for the need. And remember, they're not looking for Marcus Smith. They're looking for Smith Solutions.
Yeah.
They're not going to ever cut a check to you and your name. That's why we tell everybody, start a business and get rid of the liability by doing this in your personal name. Ms. Shay?
You have to. No, that's good. I want to go back to Katara. Katara, put in the chat, how long were you under our tutelage? Before you even broke out and got a house, all of
Remember that story I always tell
gonna...
Katara? That's what Shay's leading you to.
Right.
She wants you to be an encouragement for the lady that's asking how long it takes.
Yeah. And then I'll let Derek go ahead and share your story. So go ahead and share her story.
Also,
Derek.
Big shout out to Betty Parker, who also, and Betty, you might have missed it, but I shouted you guys out earlier, the Parker family. So Betty's over there in Avon Park. And Betty, if I'm wrong about that, you tell me. But Betty is now so under our tutelage now and learning how to be the beacon of light in her city when it comes to affordable housing. Okay. So keep the questions coming. We absolutely love it. We do need to get a quick word from David and Dennis. Now, if you're new to us, take it easy on David. David is a little bit of a knucklehead, but the guy Dennis keeps him in line in terms of what to do and how to do what we do. Let's get a word from David and Dennis, and we'll be right back. So, Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So, prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forster Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook, to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them, that we're available. Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro? David, remember the reason why we don't need a license, because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I joined the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening. But where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, David. Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. No problem, David. That's actually what I'm here for. And by the way, where did you get that hoodie? I like that. Oh, this? I got this from Second Chance Apparel. I'll put the link below. This is for aspiring entrepreneurs. And the reason why I love to support it is that every shirt or hoodie that you purchase goes back into housing the homeless. All right, let's do it. Thank you guys so much for being here. We super appreciate it. You guys have a lot of choices of where you could be on these internet streets, but you chose to be here, and we super appreciate that. We really mean that.
Shout out.
And also big shout out to David and Dennis, who's always giving game to you guys from a comical way. Miss Shay, jump in there.
Oh, big shout out to Frankie Dawson. Listen, so Francesca has been with us since day one. Frankie was like our second or third consultant client.
Yep.
And she is doing such amazing work. Not only is she an ILF owner and operator, she also has, I'm going to mess up the acronym, APD housing as well.
So when we talk about being licensed, she actually has both. So Francesca learned the ILF model from us, but she also has a licensed facility with staff and state oversight and all of that stuff I tell you guys about. She's got both. Yeah,
so she's going to be, her and her husband will be joining us. So once a month, we will bless you all with cozy coaching, where we'll be in a whole different setup. And we're going to have guests join us, and we'll be talking to them about their business journey as couples, or just altogether their business journey, what it looks like, how it's been working. So just stay tuned, hit the subscription, thumbs up, whatever it is, and the notification bell, and be a member. So Derek, all right, Katara has finally put in the chat.
All right,
I wanted her to put in the chat.
Shout me out in the chat if the Roundtree family is still here. You guys are close in proximity to me. Sanchez family and both of the Johnson families. Let me know if you guys are still here. Katara is a huge inspiration for people. And anytime somebody asks me how long does it take to get started, and I go my whole spiel about, well, I can't control how much you grind and what you put into it. Katara is a great example of no matter what you put into it, sometimes, right, it may not happen as fast as it did for others.
Correct.
But what I love about Katara is that she didn't give up. She never made excuses, and she always celebrated other people. So you're going to hear me a lot of times when you guys join us and we congratulate a lot of people who get started and blah, 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 blah. Katara is the opposite of that. And she's my inspiration for anybody that say, well, this ain't working. Katara was around us for years before actually what she put in the chat, before she was able to jump off the porch. And now looks like she's getting a house every other month.
Yeah.
And been in HRA.
Listen.
So my new people that have no clue what an HRA is, that means she's also referring clients to people getting paid and referring people elsewhere. So hopefully you get that. My new people may be lost on that, but watch their webinar on the HRA and you won't. But essentially when Katara takes a call, her and her team, and somebody's not a good fit, she makes a referral to somebody else and still houses them and still gets paid. So Katara is the epitome of that. This may not happen overnight for you.
Yeah.
But as long as you don't give up, and somewhere in that good book in that Bible, I may mess it up, but it says that you will reap if you faint not.
Come on,
That's
Pastor.
a fancy way to say that you're going to make it if you don't give up.
I'm texting Lynette. The bishop
Makes
over
sense,
here
everybody?
preaching.
So again, you will reap. And don't forget my sermon of a couple of weeks ago about reaping and sowing and all of that. Don't make me get into that. But Katara is the prime example of never giving up. Don't make excuses and celebrate other people when they get launched, even though you started before them.
Yeah.
So I hope that makes sense.
That's powerful.
So Katara took years to get started, right, in terms of getting her first
During
house.
COVID,
But now
because we met Katara,
she's the go-to in her city, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Big shout out, sis. And she's not one of the Johnson families I'm talking about. She's an old Johnson family.
Right.
She's already in it. Go ahead, Shay.
Katara, can you tell us how many beds? How many beds do you have in total? Not full or empty, just how many beds in total do you have? Katara
and just got keys to a brand new place not even 2 days ago.
I was getting ready to say that. I was getting ready to say that.
Good stuff, man. I love it. I love it. And somebody said Derek is getting excited. I am, y'all. And what's so funny for you guys that kind of really don't know me personally, my wife will tell y'all, other than me talking about this, real estate or business, I'm a real quiet dude. You take me into a place and you can't hardly see me or hear me.
Yeah.
But the moment we start talking about this, oh, guys, I get loud, out of control. Like I get because I remember what it did for me. Y'all, this changed my life. It changed my family's life. I was able to step up and be the man in my household once this hit me. Watch this. Most men wouldn't tell you this. Watch this, y'all. Ever since I married Shay in 2012, July 7th, Shay has always been the breadwinner in my household. Shay, I'm going to pause because somebody going to miss that, Shay. I'm going to pause. When I got married, and even when we was dating, truth be told, Shay and I got this running joke, and my whole family joked with us about it. We were friends and business partners for years before we got to this one thing. And that's a whole joke for my whole family. But watch this. Shay and I made a decision, and I got a whole slide about this too. I'm going to go in a different direction for 2 seconds. We made a decision, y'all, that this is what we wanted to do. No, Shay, I'm being serious again.
Okay,
But one of my slides for the Johnson family, you guys asked Derek, what was the point that you knew that you had to leave your job to go do this? The moment I realized when that lady showed me that she was making 41 grand a month doing it, housing people in rats and roaches. But back to the story, because I don't want nobody to lose that, Shay. You were the breadwinner, Shay, for many years until God gave me this ministry. And when God gave me this, I'm the same guy pulled her from her corporate America job. My wife was making 70, 80 grand a year in corporate America in the hospital. I dreamed to make the kind of money my wife was making.
That was on
as the social worker.
You said 70, 80 grand. I said that was on the low end.
But when God gave me this, I looked at Shay Job and said, Shay, you making pennies and I need some help now because God has blessed this thing that we've gotten into.
Let me tell you, Derek was getting
Thank God for help me, ladies and gentlemen.
Derek was getting so many houses at a time that it made me nervous. Like it literally made me nervous. Frankie was around when I jumped ship and came on full time. It was nerve-wracking because Frankie's husband also told her she could leave corporate around the same time. So we journeyed together, but I'm super appreciative of that opportunity. I don't take it for granted.
Who's ready to resign from your job right now today? Put in the chat me. Let's just speak in faith right now. Are you ready to leave your job right now if you had the ability to? Not saying go to your job tomorrow and quit, because you ain't gonna blame that on me. My coaching to tell you when it's time to go. But watch this right now. Can 10 of y'all just say, yeah, Derek, I'm ready to go? Or will some of y'all be like my brother and keep your job and still do this? Because some of y'all, your job don't bother you. They not worrying you. They don't get on your nerves. You got your own office. You ducked out by yourself. You go in when you want to. Some of y'all work from home. They used to call my brother Double Up. That was his nickname because he kept his job and did this. Y'all, I thought I was cute. I got 3 of these things, Roundtree family, and I left that place. I was gone. Listen, now my brother, Double Up. He kept them both.
I always tell on Derek. No, I tell on Derek because it got to a point.
Look at all these names in the chat. Talking about me,
Derek.
me.
But let me tell y'all something. It got to a point that Derek and me and Mom Forston would like we are some serious co-conspirators. Okay, listen. At any given time, if something's going down, me and Mom Forston is behind the scenes dealing with it. But Mom will call me and she'd be like, "Baby, Derek got to leave that job." She was the one that
See,
really
that job
was
about
like,
to kill my baby
she's like,
because
"Shay,
y'all, I was trying to do my job and this.
it was so terrible.
And I couldn't, dog. It was about to wear me out, y'all.
Terrible. It was terrible.
I became a bad employee, coming to work late, leaving early, because I was building this thing, y'all. I was building this thing. Shay, back on you.
No, you're good. So I just
keep the questions coming in the chat, guys. We absolutely love it.
We do have questions.
Love it. Don said he quit. He left his job. Don, you was a firefighter? Oh, we gotta hear this story.
Oh, I gotta hear all about this.
We gotta hear this story.
I have to hear all of what you say.
Danielle says, yes, Derek, I am ready to go. I've been around for a while and ready to move at the speed of instruction. See, I didn't even know that, right? And see, she quoted something that we always talk about. Move at the speed of instruction. And Danielle's probably doing it behind the scenes already. Big shout out to Charmaine over here too. Good to see you, Miss Camille.
I'm still shocked by Don being a firefighter.
Good to see you, Tia, Miss Betty, Katara, Angela, Miss K. A lot of you guys are regulars. A lot of you new people. Thank y'all so much, man. Again, we appreciate you guys being live with us. Jay, go ahead.
How do y'all like the 7 p.m. start time?
Oh, yeah, we didn't ask.
How do y'all like the 7 p.m.
Because if you're new to us, you don't know this, but for 7 years, we've been going live at 6 p.m. This is the first time ever that we went at 7. How are y'all liking the 7 p.m. start? I think I'm loving it. I felt like I was being rushed at the 6 o'clock start. Give me 5 people that just kind of let me know what you think. Did you have more time to settle in? Was you not rushing to log into the computer? Because a lot of y'all are so faithful to us that y'all log in religiously. Did I give y'all more time? Did this feel better?
You don't
because I see the following on YouTube. I see the following on Facebook. I see the following on Clubhouse. We're streaming in several different places. So thank y'all for wherever you're streaming from. We appreciate that. Let's jump back in the chat.
So just so we go back to this,
7 p.m. is great.
Has
Homes by Sophia said it's great. She love it.
Where is Katara's chat? Boy, they filling up the chat. I can't even find it. Katara has 14 beds, Derek. 14.
Can somebody do 14 times 750 right now in the chat?
Oh my God.
What's 14 times $750? And watch this. I'm gonna let y'all hear me give Katara some live coaching right now. Watch this. Katara, let's pretend that you and I are the only two that are on the phone, and these other people are just blessed enough to hear it. Katara, you're in the same position, sister, that I was in when I was saying, ooh, I think I can leave my job now. Katara, you got multiple properties now. Even though you just got the keys to it, now watch this and hear me carefully, Katara. This is up to you and your husband, nobody else. You, your husband, and your team. Not even Derek can tell you what to do. But as your coach and your big brother, you are on the cusp of leaving your job now. You got enough properties, especially once you fill the one you have. Katara, we need to talk. When are you leaving that place? Because the way I see it now, Katara, 8 hours a day at another job is holding you back now.
Yeah.
And that's the decision that my mom and my wife came to me with. Derek, you can make a bigger impact. You already doing it. Can you imagine having 8 more hours in the day? So most of y'all are working 8 to 12 hours a day, not even counting your drive to and from work.
Yeah, and what are you doing?
Katara, you're there. So our next talk is, when do you leave that place? How does your husband feel about it? We're going to all talk about it as a family. Because if you notice how I've been talking to my people that I coach, I call them family. They're my family, not my students, not my mentees.
Right.
In fact, I got on Tiffany the other day. We was in Clubhouse Live at Don's room, and she called. She talking about, yeah, I'm one of Derek's students. No, you ain't. You one of my family members. And we joked about that. She know that. But guys, am I making sense tonight, or am I just rambling in terms of how this works? 750 times 14 beds is 10.5. I guarantee you most of us don't make that every month, y'all. That's why, to me, this was an absolute no-brainer. I'm going to go into something because you guys were asking about this anyway. So here we go, right?
Ooh.
When you talk about what do we do to get the properties, how did Katara get these properties? Well, first of all, she got my coaching and she read this book. Years ago, I'll admit, you had to have my coaching to even get this advice of what we say to people, what it sound like, and to get the role play. Today, this is in a $97 ebook. Years ago, you had to have my one-on-one coaching to get it. This book tells you what to say, how to say it, when to say it, who to say it to, and probably most importantly, what not to say. And then also, I advise y'all to pray to God for relationship. We talk a lot about
That's the most
relationship.
important.
God, no matter how many no's I get for a property, when I do get the yes, the way Derek teaches it, God, can you allow that one guy to own 55 properties and offer them all to me? Guys, that's my prayer for each and every one of y'all, Miss Betty. Betty, when you get your property, I don't want you to find 14 landlords. I want you to get one guy that owns 50 properties and you privy to all 50 of them. That's my prayer over all y'all.
Yep, absolutely.
Right? So, and most of y'all, that's the way it happens. You don't have multiple landlords. So if I were you all, I would scan this QR code and at least read what this book is about. I'll remove this in 10 seconds, but scan this now. It's only $97. And you guys get the book and a live role play. And this month, I just feel good about it. I'll give you a call with me as well. That's normally not involved in it, but I'll give you 15 minutes of my time. That's the book.
Listen.
Really quickly, Sanchez family, you guys say, well, Derek, where we get these people from? Hospitals, substance abuse centers, social services, the Goodwill, Salvation Army, your local shelter, leads from flyers and cold emails. Guys, this is how we're doing it. And if you looked at my Facebook page today, I showed you how I walked up to a Veterans Affairs clinic where all these veterans are being served at. Next time I go, I'm going to hit the parking lot and put everyone in the windshield of every car in the parking lot. Now, some of y'all, that scare y'all. I'll admit, when I told Shay 8 years ago that I want to pull you from your job, Shay, and leave my job, I couldn't say, well, Shay, this didn't work out. Shay, this didn't work for me. Well, Derek, what did you do? And for me, it's a numbers game. If I put out 500 flyers, you mean to tell me I can't find 6 people that need a place to live that'll all pay me rent individually? So just really quick, and I'm going to move this, but Shay, this is how we're connected with people. Social workers, hospitals, social media is probably my biggest way that we get people.
Yeah.
Because the first thing we ask people, well, ma'am, how did you hear about us? Well, when I was on my lunch break eating my cheese sandwich, I saw you on TikTok talking about affordable housing and you work with case managers. So I just decided to call.
Yep.
No problem. Most of y'all are here right now because you saw me running my big mouth on social media. See how powerful social media is? So I'm done there. Shay, if you want to add anything else about where we're getting people from or building relationships, because that's what we truly believe in, the floor is yours, honey.
All over. Honestly, relationships come from, let me tell you, I've gotten residents from the strangest places, right? I have partnerships at restaurants. I have, they have people that work for them that don't have housing. So I get phone calls from everywhere. Be a walking billboard of who you are, what you do. That always stirs a conversation. Connect with your local shelters, connect with your hospitals, connect with schools. Yes, schools. Connect with everybody.
The local COC. What does COC mean, Katara?
Yeah, that's
Kia,
another organization that
Angela, what does the COC mean?
Connected.
Continuum of care.
Yeah.
That's just a big fancy way to say that people that are in charge over the mental health dollars that come from the hospital, social services, they control the mental health dollars in your city. So when you hear about a grant or somebody gonna pay for your tenant, that's usually from some kind of grant from the COC.
Correct.
Another one is sign up for Facebook groups. Angela Brooks, can you please tell the people what you do?
Listen, Angela,
I today myself joined about 15 groups. It's quick. Boop, 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 boop. And when I do social media, everybody get it. Can you imagine doing one post, sending it to 20 Facebook groups, and every one of these Facebook groups got 10,000 people in it?
Correct. Yeah.
5,000 social workers in it. I'm giving y'all the game tonight. I'm giving y'all the game of how this works. And I got coaching plans and all of that. People will charge y'all thousands of dollars for what I'm giving y'all on this YouTube channel. But don't get it twisted. January 31st is your opportunity to come and hear this live, to hear about how we can connect together, how we're doing this in mobile home parks now. And again, Don Daniel,
the one and
who's
only,
the founder of the Pill Method International, and that's not birth control either. So when you go and look up Pill Method, it's not birth control. He's going to teach you how to manage this money that you're making. We're going to teach you how to make a bunch of it, but how do you manage it?
Yeah.
He's got a software system that can tell you the date, the month, and the year when you'll be debt free.
Ooh.
Type the word yes in the chat if you would love to be debt-free in 7 years or less. Right now. I should see at least 15 people. Don, I hope you're watching. Type in the chat right now if you would love to be debt-free and be an extra asset to your community and your family and your church.
I started it off. I got you.
I'm going to type yes too, Shay, because how dare I ask it and I don't join in.
Yeah.
If you want to be debt-free, Charmaine, the Wilson family, the Johnson family. I got 3 Johnson families in here. You guys ain't even related. That's pretty cool. The Patrick family, Roundtree family, the Malone family. Would you guys like to be debt-free in 7 years? That's what Don does. Join him tomorrow. Don goes live just about every day of the week, y'all. His YouTube channel's got tons of videos. Everything from 3 minutes long to 3 hours long. You choose. Educate yourself before January 31st so that when you come, you can just really soak it all up. And it's nothing like meeting me and Don and Shay live and in person. You think I'm animated right now. You think that this is a lot of game right now. And oh boy, if you local to us or if you're an out-of-state investor, this mobile home opportunity, Lord have mercy.
It's powerful.
Like that's going to be powerful even by it. And Shay, I see over probably 25 yeses in the chat. These people want to be debt-free, Shay. So what we're going to do,
come on,
probably next Monday, let's bring Don on because I'm not doing his thing any justice. If 5 of y'all want to hear Don next week, Monday, put Don in the chat, D-O-N in the chat. If you want to hear about his program, his AI system that can tell you what day, month, and year that you will be debt-free. Most of us can't even vision when that will be. He's got this thing that if you fill it out, it's called a, type it in, Don. What is that thing that they get for free? Ooh. And it gives them their whole outlook, Don. Type the word Don. If you want to hear Don next Monday and hear him break down his system and how he can get you debt-free.
Tell Don,
I see some Don, and a lot of these people, y'all heard Don in June, so y'all cheating. So you know what he bring if you came to June to our June event. Right? So we're going to bring Don Daniel in. Obviously, that's very expensive for us when we do that, but he family now. And I'm going to answer this question from the Sanchez family, but this is also why Sanchez family, you guys need to call. You guys told me that you own real estate, right? And you want to cash out refi. Don's got a whole way for you to look at that in a different way and to do it sooner through his method. So if you're a real estate investor, if you're a realtor and you sell real estate, you need to be at this event. Don wants you to be an affiliate. Yeah. How great is it that some of the realtors that work with Don, they become an affiliate and they're really able to show their customers how they care. I'm not going to only sell you a house. I'm going to show you how to pay it off in 7 years. Who does that? So if you're a realtor, find out about Don's affiliate program too and how you can make money from it. I'm moving on. Watch this. Oh, it's Savings Report. That's what it is. You get that for free, y'all. But watch this. Sanchez family, Rockwell family. You guys say, well, Derek, that sounds great, bro. But what it look like? This right here. This is one of my first ILFs and a cul-de-sac of 8 of them. When we first got this cul-de-sac, I said, God, it'd be nice to have this whole cul-de-sac. Will you give it to me? And slowly but surely, guys, every time somebody moved out, guess who the landlord called? Me. It can look like this. I showed this slide right here, y'all, for 2 years. And I always told people, you can do this, but make sure that it's on its own piece of land, not in a park. Don't be thrown about the trash either. That was trash day. So forget about the trash. Forget about the for sale sign because my guy bought that. I'm coaching somebody right now that is doing it in here, but he owns the land it sits on. Now today, we're doing this inside of mobile home parks now. Now, if you want to get bougie like Teal, Charmaine, and Tiffany, and Katara, you can get you one of these. A 7-bedroom, 8-bedroom. Yeah. Can somebody do the math for me? Because I'll be honest, right? I don't do 2 people per room and a house that got 8 bedrooms. I do a lot of private rooms too because I don't want 16 people. Somebody do 8 beds because of where this house is located times 800. I think that's $6,400. The mortgage on this place is probably $2,900, Shay. Lights and water, $300, $350 in the summertime. Wi-Fi is $70. Insurance, $100. The rest of that money go in your pocket.
Yeah.
Make sense, everybody?
Or you are, it's being assigned to cancel some debt.
Okay. Right here is my favorite model. The Power family. You guys will say, Derek, well, which is your favorite model? Out of all the ones, the 4-bed, 2-bath. I'll admit, y'all, I got some small ones. I got some big ones. I got some real big ones. But I'll admit, my favorite, the Roundtree family, is this 4-bed, 2-bath right here. I'm going to go and rent this place from somebody under my LLC, not under my regular name, Dummy Derek, many years ago. And I'm going to build relationships with social workers and case managers and make sure the inside also looks like this, so I can take people from homeless to hopeful.
Yeah.
No rats, no roaches. And watch this. You may get roaches. You may get rats. No problem. Let's just do something about it. I watched the lady that said, Derek, I don't care. They're homeless. They either sleep in these rats and roaches or they can go outside. The devil is a liar. We absolutely will not do that. Why would you do that and you can actually make this kind of money?
Yeah.
4-bed, 2-bath home. You can house 8 people at $800 a piece. And watch this. Because the Ronald family, you guys ask us, well, Derek, why they need us? Because they can't afford an apartment. They can't pass a background check. They don't have a double deposit. And they don't make 3 times the monthly rental rate. Yeah. Who makes that nowadays? Anybody? Nobody. How many advertisers have you seen this week to where they say you must make 3 times the regular rental rate? Guys, who makes that today? Are you serious? Guys, it's expensive to live anywhere. Why don't you get started? You can rent the house, get the coaching from us. Oh, and big shout out to the one family that said, well, Derek, we can't afford your coaching, but we've been hanging around you for about 6 months and we've gotten started. From the free material, Derek, every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. Congratulations, y'all. I love that. That means you move at the speed of instruction. That means you listen to the coaching and you move on it. Because guess who's going to be your best teacher of this game other than me? It's the clients that you're going to be serving. They're going to really teach you the game of this.
And you don't want to learn it all through the clients.
Okay.
Like somebody I know.
Okay. So again, you guys asked what it looked like. This is just a great example, again, of what our everyday rooms look like. Usually 2 people per room. And then when we go to that private side, now it's only 1 bed. Shay, talk about how do you implement this model?
Well,
you house women and your nonprofit. Any difference?
Correct. No, I can do shared or private. Again, it just depends on the population type, what the calls are coming in as. And right now I do both. I have shared rooms. I have private rooms. So I do both.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
No difference.
Good stuff. I love it. And again, if you guys haven't heard, we got some great news and we're expanding into the mobile home parks now. So I encourage all of you guys to start really paying close attention to my Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I'm showing a lot of videos here lately of us inside of these parks building relationships.
Correct.
In fact, I think I got a phone call that's queued up that I may play for you all. Share, tell me that if it's ready.
It's done.
So I promised that I was going to share this call live with you all. So if you've stayed with me thus far, you guys are going to hear a live call of how I'm building relationships with park managers. And I hate to say it, but how easy it sounds in terms of the way she called me back and was like, hey, Derek, we can do this and we can do this. So before I go into that, obviously, you know what a mobile home looks like. That's not rocket science. We've never done this, guys, in mobile homes before, right? So we don't care if it looks like that. We don't care if it looks like this, like that, or like this. They're all going to take a little rehab. We're going to make them pretty, and we're going to make them affordable. So even if we get one like this for free, that's inside of the park, can we put some paneling on it? Can we paint it? Can we rehab the inside just like Shay did to that brick and mortar house and spent $75,000 doing it?
Please don't.
The mobile home rehabs, guys, are not like the brick and mortar houses. Shay spent $75,000 on that house of hers on the rehab. Can you imagine how many mobile homes she could have bought or rehab from that?
A lot.
That's all I'm saying, y'all. My job is just to give you a different perspective of how we can do this. For 8 years, I've never told y'all to go and get a mobile home unless it was on his own piece of land. Oh, but now We're building relationships with people now that's going to allow us to do what we do right inside this park.
And the powerful thing too,
Wow.
Derek, is not only are we meeting with the park manager, but the park owner.
I was going to hold that one, Shay.
Oh,
but
my
see,
bad.
it's me. Watch this, y'all. Got a call today.
Yeah.
Derek, no, actually, it was a text message. And I'm going to show it to y'all. Not today, but especially in January. 31st. I'm going to show y'all a lot of that stuff. But literally say, hey, Derek, I know that we were supposed to meet today, but the owner is flying in next week, and he want to meet you personally, and he loves what you all do. Ding, 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 ding. If you ain't no hater, type in the chat, congratulations.
Yeah.
Remember what I told you guys about Tara, right? She always congratulated other people until it was her turn.
Yes,
Let me give you some free advice. God honors you all when you congratulate and praise other people while you're waiting on your turn.
Yep.
So if I was you all, not that I need it, but I would say, Derek, congratulations, bro. That's good stuff. Not because I need it. I'm teaching you how this works in life. When you congratulate other people, when you praise other people, you push other people.
What you appreciate
Ooh,
value.
Lord, come on, Shay. Lord have mercy. And that's what Katara did, y'all. She congratulated everybody. She always clapped and whatever until it was her turn. Yep. But now it seems like God just went, Katara, it's your turn now.
And those houses are flying off the shelf. Like people just like, you get a house, you get a house, I got a house for you. Yeah.
So let's do this real quick. Let's get another quick word from David and Dennis, and we'll be right back.
Oh boy.
Hey David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forster Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forster Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forster Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information. Hey, we are back. Ladies and gentlemen. And again, thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. We'll be here for probably another 20 minutes or so. We're going to get ready to start closing up, but we'll absolutely go through the chat again to make sure that we answered all of that stuff. So again, if you guys have questions or concerns, let us know. This next question came from the Brown family. You guys just joined us. Said, Deborah, what kind of populations can I serve? I have a heart for the military veterans. So here it is. I teach you guys to pick the population by choosing according to your lifestyle, but also according to what the community is dictating the need of. Meaning today, I'm so busy that I couldn't house the population of the teenagers aging from the foster care system. So even though they're adults, they still need cuddling. They still need support. They still need you to be close because of what they've been through in their life. They was raised by usually pretty crummy parents. So you've been given a product that hasn't been raised so well. So I tell people to know yourself, know who you are, know what you can tolerate. Because I'll just admit, y'all, not to be mean or anything, but the young crew, that's not my cup of tea. My lifestyle's not built for it. I'm super busy. My wife and I own 8 businesses. I pour into a lot of people. I got a lot of coaching students, blah, 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 blah. So what fits my lifestyle? The elderly adult, the military veteran, the guy that said, Derek, I don't need nothing from you, bro. Give me a way to get in this house, keep the lights and the water on, and I'm good, Derek, because I can cook my own bologna sandwich. I can provide my own transportation, and I take my own meds. That's literally what we're doing. So 18 years or older, Shay, do you have any of these in your place? Of course we do. All 18 and older. That was a trick question, Shay.
Know, you got me just
Shay,
now.
elderly adults, do you have this? Talk about it.
I had some, but I got some older, not elderly, but
You got one. I mean, she's sprucey, but
She elderly.
okay.
Don't
Well,
Call my
right
lady
here is my
LD.
favorite because, again, low maintenance, love to pay rent on time, afraid to be homeless, and follow all the rules usually. Guys, I just keep it real. I've been doing this a long time. I know who to leave alone and not the house.
Ooh.
Because everybody that calls your phone,
It's not a
Roundtree
good
family,
fit.
is not a good fit for your program. I learned that the hard way, y'all. When I first started, everybody that called my phone, I moved them in.
Yes,
Today, that's not true of how we do it. In fact, somebody asked this, how do you choose the right client? By doing the assessment that we give you. So
and
the
we
assessment.
train you. So it's not that we just
Shay,
give
go
it
ahead.
to you. We train you on
Absolutely.
how to
That's where I
do
was going. Yep.
an appropriate and an adequate assessment. Somebody can give you a list of questions and you can run through those questions. But if you don't know what you're listening for, you've already gotten yourself in trouble, right? Like today, prime example, I did 3 assessments on one lady. I did 3 assessments on the same individual. Are you hearing what I said? I did 3 assessments on the same one lady. Why, Shay? Why would you do that? First time, she was amazing. Second time, she seemed a little bit different. Third time, no, thank you. You're not a good fit. You come into my house, my ladies are going to string me from the patio and whoop me with the cat of 9 tails. Because you're gonna drive them crazy, you're gonna drive me crazy, and we can't do that. This will not be a suitable facility for you. I will be doing you a huge disservice by bringing you into this home. So no, you've got to know what you're assessing for, right?
And we teach you guys how to do the proper assessment as well, because again, you know, we laugh and we joke and we play all the time here, but I want to be serious for 2 seconds, right? There's a lot of people that need housing, but not in your place. Yeah, right. Exactly. You don't want to run a clown show. And guys, how do I know this? Because I ran a clown show. Guys, I've done this so wrong in the beginning, it wouldn't even be funny. Because remember, y'all, nobody would teach me. When I come here and pour out to you all, I didn't have that when I was trying to do this. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. And that's why my success is in you succeeding. Yeah. Does that make sense?
And what? Let me show you something. I'm gonna tell on Derek, because everybody hears you say that you ran a clown show, but they don't realize how much of a clown show this man ran. Okay, phone ringing at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. We still had jobs, y'all. Restore order, Derek. Restore order. Hey, Derek, I want my money. Cash money.
Shay and I got some stories, y'all, but we could have a whole show on just the stories that we have over the years. But you know what's pretty cool though is when you first start, most of y'all are just like us. You got big hearts for people. You love God, you love people, and you just want to help. And a lot of times what you will learn really fast is that you can't be all things to all people. That's why you guys have me. Because if not, y'all will start getting it. Otis and I did it, y'all.
It was so bad.
All of us will do it if you're not coached and trained of how to do this. Because believe it or not, these same people that were housing y'all, they want to take advantage of you too. Especially if they smell that you're young at this.
They smell
if
rookie,
they smell that you're a rookie, they say,
oh,
I'm going to take advantage of this lady. She don't even know how to collect my rent. I can tell she ain't getting no coaching. She don't know what she doing. So again, guys, Don said it best in the chat. Even if you start with the free information, pay for the coaching as soon as you can, right? And just like I said, anybody that purchases our ILF Mastery Blueprint or the ILF Accelerator, you come to the
starting this week.
You literally come to the conference for free, complimentary. I'm going to pay for it. So January 31st, if you get my one-on-one coaching, the IMB, meaning the blueprint or the accelerator, you come to and see me in Orlando for absolutely free. Okay.
This we ain't paying for your hotel room now, just so you know.
Right. This ebook is also an absolute great starting point. When people say, well, Derek, where should I start at? YouTube for free. Our channel, subscribe. But right after that, this ebook bundle. But also watching the webinar. We got people that only watched the webinar and bought this bundle and got started.
Yeah.
So just depending on what your coaching style is, are you somebody that want me to hold your hand? Because that's what we specialize in, our hand-holding coaching. Some people just show up here 3 days a week, sit down and listen, and they got 2 or 3 houses right now. I love those kind of people, but watch this. I'll admit, that's not my learning style.
Right.
If you're going to teach me something, I want you to hold my hand because I'm a little hard-headed like David, and I may ask you the same question 25 times. But watch this, Daryl. Once I got it, you can't tell me nothing now, right? And that's how I am, but it may take me a while to get it. So my coaching style is just like that. So no matter where you guys are at in terms of the knowledge of this, we got you. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this down. I'm going to move this down. I'm going to check the chat.
Are you going to do the thingy?
Oh yeah, I will. Let's do that. Let me cue this call up. I want you guys to hear a call.
I hope it works, y'all.
I got a dongle, and Shay said that she fixed this thing. So Shay, did you text it to me?
I did. It's the last text.
Okay, perfect. So let me cue it up in terms of telling you what this is. So a big part of my coaching teaches you guys how to use or how to communicate and how to build relationship with park managers, social workers, hospitals, whoever you need to fill these empty beds. Yeah. It's all about conversation. So within our coaching, there's a lot of things that leans heavy on what we say, how we say it, and who we say it to. I want to let you guys hear a response from a real estate agent that's now literally giving this spiel for me. So the way that I teach you guys to do this, I'm giving you free coaching right now. Use a realtor to give this spiel for you. Oh. They come more trusted than you do. That's worth $5,000 of information right there. What we're doing, one more time, really slowly, guys, I'm taking over mobile home parks, but not because I'm so great. I'm using a realtor that's already serving that community, and she's giving my spiel that I teach y'all. So listen to this, her returning my call.
It's the very last thing, guys.
Bringing it up right now. Immediately, if you can hear this or if you can't, tell me. So I need 2 people to say, yep, I hear it, or no, Derek, it's too low. Either way, somebody tell me, because I want to make sure y'all hear it. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Derek? This is Eileen. I have a park that likes the idea of fixing up mobile homes for veterans, and that the option to sell is fine. To rent is fine, as long as we are credible and you show us proof of funds and company name and equity and all that. They're very interested, and because they're for veterans, they got to be 55 or 50. Close enough.
Close enough.
It's a 55 plus pop. And they will sell it to you at a lower price because they're for veterans. They're interested in that part of it. So please call me back as soon as you can, because I'm listing them for sale.
I can't.
Can 3 of y'all just type in the chat? Wow. Can 3 of y'all type in the chat? Wow. Because Homes by Sophia. I don't know if everybody's listening, but watch this, Sophia. If you know anything about my coaching and how mobile home parks work, they don't want to do rentals. They don't want to do fix and flip. They care nothing about real estate. Really slowly, most parks do not want you to go in their park, Tia, and fix a place and then rent it to somebody. They want you to live in it, Charmaine. Haven't I taught y'all this? So tell me, how great is it that the lady said, yep, 55 or 50 or close enough. See how they already being lenient?
Flexible. The flexibility.
And guys, I'm giving y'all stuff that I'm going to charge people thousands of dollars for later, because I'm going to put all this in the course. I'm such a nice guy. Do you hear me of what I said the spiel was? She told y'all. Derek, she loves your idea of the veterans. Ding, 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 ding.
When you less than 3 miles away from a vet. Oh my goodness.
Lord have mercy. And Shay, where did we go today? The Veterans Clinic that was 3 miles from this place. Lord have Roundtree family. Can y'all tell me if y'all still here? You guys are close to me in proximity. Roundtree family, please tell me if y'all still here. Sanchez family, Johnson family, are y'all hearing this? Or should I play it again?
Play it one more time.
Like, are y'all hearing this? Because if you realize, Roundtree family, that no mobile home park in the world really wants you to go in there and rent properties. That's not what they do. Yeah. They collect lot rent. And me and Shay gonna have one of them in a few years. Watch. But starting right now, we're gonna start in the park with the properties they already have done. The guy said, the lady said, well, Derek, we've already talked about it. Some of them in such, condition from the storm, we're gonna give those to you for $1. What?
They want you to play it again.
What? For $1? Can y'all please go to my Facebook page after tonight and look at those mobile homes I'm showing y'all for? Y'all seen that one for $5,000?
So Derek, here's another blessing that they don't know neither.
Wow, Shay.
And this is what people don't realize. as a nonprofit organization, Derek is leveraging me, Angela Denise Foundation,
Nonprofit.
as the nonprofit, and they're willing to give us the properties for the mobile homes. Excuse me, they're not properties for $1.
They got to put $1 on it just to make the sale, like, you know.
$1.
$1, y'all.
Did the person in the back hear that? Like,
say it again, Shay, because they may have not heard it. And I'm gonna play the message again just so that people can get a grasp. And y'all know me, right? Watch this. We laugh, we joke, and we play all the time. But if I could be serious for 2 seconds, I told y'all last week when I gave y'all the instructions on how to do this, I said, for you guys that are afraid to talk to people, do it as a text message. Me and Eileen started as a text message.
Yeah.
We haven't talked on the phone once.
And
she left this message, y'all.
$1.
Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? I text this lady. We never spoke by phone. I'm gonna play it one more time, Shay, because somebody gonna miss this, Shay, and think, well, Derek will, like, watch this, y'all, really slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Derek, this is Eileen. I have a park that likes the idea of fixing up mobile homes for veterans, and that the option to sell is fine, to rent is fine, as long as we are credible and you show us proof of funds and company name and equity and all that. I'm
gonna pause this and teach through it. Ooh. Did y'all hear what she just said? Company name? Why you think the last 45 minutes I told you guys don't put this in your name? Lord have mercy, Derek. You giving the game away, bro. Did I tell y'all I went through a $40,000 lawsuit because I tried to put this in my name? Derek, listen to what Eileen told me, Shay.
They gotta come to the event.
Shay, Eileen said, got a company name. I want to see your LLC.
Sir, they have to come to the event.
January 31st, Don. Put it in the chat, Don.
If they are not at the event,
Lord have mercy.
We are not going to let them know.
Can you hear the Boston accent? Derek, I found a park.
I'm in a park.
Interested, and because they're for veterans, they got to be 55 or 50.
But watch this. When I got this message, oh shit, I did forget. I did call Eileen back after that. Remember how we did the talk? Yeah. I said, Eileen, now, I know you love the veterans, but Eileen, I forgot to tell you that we also do elderly adults.
That's fine, Dad.
Watch this, y'all, because this room is so good. I might erase this room after we're done. Watch this. Notice the spill about the veterans. She loved it. Notice I didn't go into mental health. I didn't mention bipolar disorder. You know what? I didn't mention schizophrenia. I didn't mention where we work with hospitals. I
think your mama's
Notice I didn't go to any of that. Remember I told you 8 minutes ago, what we do is support it, who you say it to, what you say, and how you say it.
I think your
Eileen doesn't get to talk about mental health, social workers, and that stuff. No, veterans only. Shay, that's why the coach is so powerful, because Shay, part of the problem, Shay, most of these people don't know what to say and who to say it to.
Derek, I think your mama calling you.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I'm finna get out of here because I'm finna get in trouble. I'm giving away so much game tonight, but I hope you guys, watch this. I hope I said something tonight that has sparked an idea or has opened your eyes to a new way to view real estate. I got about 5 different families in here that said, Derek, this year I want to get into real estate. And I saw your little thing about shared housing. I want more information. But Derek, this is the year, bro. And the Sanchez family, you guys love that mobile home thing. You guys are local to me. Guess what? Guess who's going to be wholesaling these mobile homes? Me.
Ding, ding, ding.
Guess who most of y'all going to get these mobile homes from?
Ding,
me.
Ding, ding.
I'm already paving the way for you guys. Remember I told y'all last week, my job is to pave the way, make all the dumb mistakes, go through all the lawsuits so that y'all don't have to.
Come on with it.
God made my whole life like that. Why me? I don't know. Why God couldn't make me like the lady that started and got a house and clients in 9 days? Don't know.
No.
My route was to get it the hard way, as some of y'all would call it, get it from the mud. But y'all better not get it from the mud because you got me. You got Shay. And remember, forget about Shay and I. God is all over this thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
Remember, we love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And if that's something you want to go by this year, this is your year. And again, imagine having a job or a business to where the blessing of God was already built into it. And in this thing that we do, we want to please God, help people, be respected by the community, and make enough money to feed your family. Does that sound good, everybody?
Sounds good to me.
Like, can I get 10 of y'all to say, yeah, Dick, I can live by that. Please God, help people, be respected by the community, but make enough money to feed your family, Sanchez family.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Jose.
Not
Does that
only,
make sense,
Derek,
everybody?
but
Can 10 of y'all put, yeah, that makes sense. I can live by that, Derek.
not
Go ahead,
even
Shay.
that. It's honestly, it's changing the way our legacy views people. There's been such a disconnect in the value of an individual. And it's because our mindsets have been so solely focused on self and our little niche, our own little bubble. But when you add value to others and you start showing your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, what you do and how you help people that look like like society has just forgotten about them. Can you imagine what that looks like when we're gone and we've taught this skill set to our nieces, our nephews, our children, our grandchildren, and they now are pursuing that same thing? It only takes all it takes is a spark to set a whole forest on fire. So if we can be that spark in our families, if we can start setting that spark in our children, in our grandchildren, to start returning back to the value of human life. And that's literally what this is. The value of lives. We are now transitioning a people from being so self-centered and so self-indulged that they're now being the true hands and feet of Jesus Christ. And that is what we're doing, Derek. And that's where I'm gonna drop the mic.
You got it. Bam. So I never finished this slide. I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna let you guys out here. We usually go for about an hour. I think I'm on about 2 hours, so I may get into a little trouble. My team gonna get me, but guys, elderly adults, military veterans, right? These are some of my favorite. And then you still got the working individual. Yeah. Shay, again, you jump in because Shay, when you first got into this, it was all mental health. It was all people that had problems. Shay, what are you housing today?
The working individual.
The guy that's got a job.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
The community has changed. The need has changed. So I've shifted with the need, right? I do still get calls for women that have severe mental illness. Some that are, but I have other partners in the community that I can say, hey, this person will not fit in here. It'll be more of a liability for me because of my household and the individuals that are in the home. So that's what happens. You literally build relationship. When you get into this space, you're not just serving self. Again, Derek, you don't serve self in this.
Build something bigger than yourself, right?
You do. It's so much bigger than us. And it gives the opportunity to provide housing, not just for one specific niche. You can now house so many different people. And while you're in the space, you're connecting with other housing providers. You're now making relationships with them. You're now fostering these relationships, nurturing these relationships. And now you're able to say, hey, I know that your clientele base may be a little different from mine. Can I send this? Here's an assessment that I did. Check out this client. Let me know if they're a good fit. So it's all about serving people. When you serve others, believe me, the blessing is already tied into it. It's tied into it.
Yep. Good stuff, Shay.
Absolutely.
Somebody said, preach it, Shay. So I'm answering 2 questions in one.
You picked it up.
The Ramon family, you guys asked about what are the forms of payment, and we talked about this earlier, but SSI and SSDI, that's about 90 to 95% of the way our people pay us. But then a small percentage does have that job at Chili's, Outback, Walmart, McDonald's, the local mailman, school teacher, prison guard. So we house anywhere from public officials to the guy that's flipping your hamburger at Checkers. Right. So don't get this twisted, guys. We're not only housing the guy that's got a mental health or physical health. A lot of us house substitute school teachers, police officers, prison guards. Guys, it's anybody that doesn't or can't afford their own apartment. Or sometimes, Shay, people just want to save money. Somebody got a game plan in their mind and say, man, you know what? I can go to Shay Place and pay Shay $880 for a private room. And I can save my money because my old apartment was $1,900 for a studio.
Yep. Let me go do this, and this, and prepare myself to purchase a home.
Okay. And Danielle, you asked this question right here. The next best, greatest time is January 31st. All of the HRA, some of the ILF members will be at the event in Orlando, Florida. So make sure you check out POPCLIVE. Sounds like popclive.com. Stands for Pillars of Prosperity Conference Live. And that's where we're going to be speaking more about this in depth. In fact, I'm not going to concrete this, but Shay's thinking of doing something that's kind of a breakout room or something to where maybe we can invite you guys to the actual park. So bringing you guys to the park, and normally I would never do that unless you're actually under our coaching. But for this event, I actually may do that for people that attend the event. Haven't made that decision yet, but I'm looking forward to one day being able to. Now, you IMB members, you guys will come. Right? Yeah. If you're under my coaching already, y'all gonna come. So that's a no-brainer. But I'm thinking about even extending that to the January 31st event. So make sure that everybody goes to popclive.com, read what that information is about, do your homework and research on Don Daniel so that you understand what he's talking about, right? And then you know what we do, but definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Everything's at Forston Consultants. And on TikTok and Facebook, I'm at Derek Forston, right? But other than that, make sure you guys also follow the Angela Denise Foundation. That's my wife's nonprofit. Shay, go ahead and put that one on the screen as well. I want them to follow you. Shay also does t-shirts, sweaters, like even what I'm wearing today. So Shay allows for donations to come into her. And again, she don't ask you for money. Just say, well, thank you for your money. You're going to get a t-shirt, some kind of book. She got all kind of goodies that they give out for the donations. So consider if you want to plant some money, meaning that if you're a millionaire right now, if you're listening, you say, man, you know what? I'm a millionaire. I'm bored and I want somewhere to put my money at. I want a good cause. Sir, my name is Derek Forston. I operate Second Chance Housing. My wife controls and operates the Angela Denise Foundation, where we take people from homeless to hopeful. And we're looking for donors or anybody that want to give money to a great cause and you don't know what to do with all of that money. Here's a great cause, ladies and gentlemen. So notice what I do all the time, y'all. I just put it out. The Bible says, call these things that be not as though they were. So you just never know who's listening that want to donate money to a good cause.
Absolutely.
So one more time, if you bored and you got a bunch of money and looking for a great place to put it, we got a nonprofit foundation and a housing program that saves the lives of people. Check us out. Okay.
And,
Shay,
let me
back
show
on you.
them. So this is our new merch. It's the Walk by Faith collection that we'll be sending out. I'm actually going to have some in hand, Derek. I'm going to have some on hand for the event.
Yep. Yeah. We're also going to start a TikTok shop. Yes. So we do a lot of these. Well, I'm going to say we. Shay do a lot of these shirt designs. She got a heat press and all of that. We're actually going to build Shay a TikTok shop. TikTok. Excuse me. I see TikTok. TikTok shop.
It's going to be TikTok.
And y'all know us. One of our VAs will be running that too. So virtual assistants, if you don't know about that, we are heavy on using VAs, virtual assistants. We have a team of them. So God blessed me many years ago to start this housing program, but today I don't run it per se, right? Jess, my VA, my assistant, runs all of that for me. Now I am the boots on the ground. I do a lot of stuff, but social media, phone calls, email, follow-up, screening, assessments, I don't do any of that anymore. Right. And a part of our coaching package, you guys also get that. Okay. Jones family, you guys was asking about the coaching. I'll go over that really quickly. But ForstonConsultants.com, under the tab that says products and services, is where you can see all three of these plans. So we have the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the ILF Mastery Accelerator, and the ILF Mastery Do-It-Yourself version. So that's a completely do it at your own pace. Right here is about what 90 to 95% of people do get is $7,500. Right now, there is a scholarship that can go towards it to help with the cost. The ILF Accelerator is only $3,000. It mimics the first program, but it's only for 6 months. So the first one, you tied to me for life unless you leave me, right? So that is what people love about it, because you just stay around us. You always get the coaching. The Accelerator, 6-month program, right? That one I only recommend if you actually have a property already, right? Do not get this one if you don't have a property. And then the ILF Mastery Blueprint Do-It-Yourself, We still build your website. You still get all the paperwork, all the documents, all the coaching, all the ebooks, all the curriculum. You just don't get me. You get me recorded, but the first 2 packages, you get me in your back pocket as your big brother or little brother, depending on your age, right? So I'm your coach, your big brother, and I'm in your back pocket. But with the DIY, you do it completely on your own. All of these have the ability to have a scholarship attached to it. So if you text the word scholarship that's scrolling below, just let us know which one of those you want, and we'll let you know how much of a discount. It also leads to a phone call with me to talk about getting you started and to answer any questions that you may have. So right here talks about the coaching, business consulting. We build your logo. We build your website, because lucky for us and y'all, we own the digital marketing company. So I got a whole team that's going to build your website, your branding, your logo, and you also get access to a virtual assistant, the HRA documents. That whole course by itself was like $4,500, y'all. Yeah. We give it to you inside of this. It's the Housing Referral Agency program, teaches you how to house the homeless and the displaced, and you never need property. Not rent one or buy one. So watch our 14-minute free webinar on that, okay? And that'll break that down too. All the paperwork, all the contents, the MSI group coaching, that's another group coaching that I did for about 5 weeks. That was $4,500 by itself. We recorded it and I put it inside of this coaching. So you guys get a lot of stuff, and all the exclusive communities, all the ebooks, all of that comes with the ILF Mastery Blueprint. Yes. The accelerator, same stuff, y'all, right? Not much difference, but this is a 6-month program. You said, Derek, I don't need you for life, bro. Give me the best 6 months of your life, Derek. This the one you want right here, meaning you already have a property too. Mm-hmm. Don't get this one if you don't have a property, because what if it take you 6 months to find a property? Now the coaching's over and now you don't know what to do. So this one was created probably about 2 months ago. This is very new, because we kept getting the call for saying, well, Derek, I got a property already, man. You ain't got nothing else? We invented the accelerator, right. Okay? And last but not least, a lot of people like this one because they'll buy this one, y'all, and then they'll buy coaching hours and add to it. So people like to a la carte our services. So if that's you, that's available. And again, don't forget, if you text the word scholarship, that'll absolutely give you another opportunity to get these at a discount. Let's take a break. We're going to come back and take y'all last questions. We're going to bless y'all, pray y'all out of here, and we'll let you guys go. We'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the content, but I just want to let you know there's still time to apply for the scholarship for the ILF Mastery Blueprint, and that's our one-on-one coaching. So there's a lot that comes with it. So I'm just going to guide you guys to the website so that you can kind of check it out for yourself after we're done here. So you're going to visit forstonconsultants.com. Then you're going to click the tab that says products and services. The first thing that's going to pop up is the ILF Mastery Blueprint. Click that tab that says learn more, and it's literally going to give you step-by-step instruction of what you can do. And it's real easy of how you can apply and win the scholarship to apply to the price so that you can get our one-on-one coaching here at Forston Consultants. Let's get back to the content. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and that is pretty much it for us tonight. We're going to give our salutation and get you guys out of here. So I just want to say thank you again to all of the new people. Thank you. I hope that you also move forward and watch the webinar and then schedule that call with us to answer all of your questions and also get you started. Also, don't forget about the scholarship. All of the prices that you saw tonight, there's a scholarship opportunity, right? And it's real easy to qualify for it. So do that. And then other than that, join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. again. And we're going to be talking about digital flow solutions, what runs our business, the back end of it. Yeah. And that's that techie stuff that Shay really loves because I'm not good at it. But Digital Flow Solutions, guys, for us is our platform. It's an all-in-one platform that handles any business you have. I don't care if you fry chicken and sell it, you bake chocolate chip cookies, or you're a consultant. Don't matter. You all need a website and an internet presence. Digitalflowsolutions.net, put it in the chat, Shay. That's where you guys can go and get your all-in-one platform to run whatever business you have, meaning your website, CRM system, phone system, text messaging capabilities, email campaigns, and on and on and on and on and on. So go to digitalflowsolutions.net, or you can also set up a call with Shay and my team to talk about, Derek, what is that digital flow thing? I heard you talking about it, but I don't know what it is. Let me talk to Shay. You guys can set that up. That's also a free discovery call. So that's it for me. I love y'all like a fat kid love cake. I'm gonna let Shay bless y'all, and we gonna get y'all out of here. Miss Shay?
It has been a great night. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you have not already, go ahead and get your tickets to the live event. That is the Pillars of Prosperity Conference live here in Orlando. Visit the website POPCLIVE. If you want something easier, you can text the word PILL, PILL, to 256-215-9496. So again, get your ticket. Join us, come hang out with us, learn not only about the ILF model, but let's start this year with some financial education that you cannot get anywhere else other than from Don Daniel, the one and only himself. So again, text the word PILL, PILL, to the phone number 256-215-9496, or you can visit the website POPCLIVE, POPCLIVE.com. And that's all I got, Derek.
Good stuff. Then the last thing from Danielle, she said, what was the difference between the two books that you added on the screen? Danielle, looking for you, that's an ebook bundle. So they come together. So when you buy it, you get them both. The first one is the original ebook, the first book I ever wrote. When people say, Derek, you crazy. This will never work. You can't house people, Derek, with no license, and you don't have to buy the property. Basically, when I say, watch me do it, and instead of saying, well, you know what, I'm going to do it and keep it to myself, I put it in the book. So instead of hiding it from people the way they did to me, that's what's in the first book that's titled How to Start an Independent Living Facility in 10 Easy Steps. So it's like the first steps to getting started. The next one is the sequel to it, meaning I have an ILF, now what? Right? So there's a lot of things that go into that. And again, a lot of my mistakes. And again, I'll tell you now, it's in two of my books. One is that $40,000 mistake that I made, y'all, when I got sued, right? Just dumb stuff, y'all, just because I didn't know, lack of knowledge, not because I was a bad guy. Ignorance, lack of knowledge, no teacher, no coach, no consultant.
Yeah.
That's why, again, I'm so heavy with teaching you all, even on the free side of it, because I don't want y'all to make mistakes. Guys, I made enough for all of us, okay? So let's not do that. So the two books are, one is the original, How to Get Started in 10 Steps. The second one, I have an ILF, Now What Do I Do? How do we build a relationship? How do we fill these empty beds? How does the rent not come from my pocket? Make sense, Danielle?
Yeah.
So that's what those two books are. In fact, it's called the ebook, the ILF bundle. So it's two books and a role play, which didn't even show there. So you get three things, I think, for like $97. And also a phone call with me. So again, it's unbeatable. Other than that, man, you guys be great. I love y'all. I'm going to pray y'all out of here, and we going to go. Father God, thank you so much for the seed that was sown tonight. Thank you for the ability to give what you gave me and Shay. Father God, by your Holy Spirit today, we bound the devil, and the devil is under our feet and has no place in our life, our business, or our family. And Father God, everybody that's listening to me right now under the sound of my voice, they are healed from the top of their head to the soles of their feet. There is nothing wrong with any of these people. You guys have the mind of Christ and an able body to do what God has called you to do. And no devil in hell will stop it. So, Father God, in the name of Jesus, I pray that these people will be successful. And God, open up every door of opportunity. Open up every door for real estate. Open up every door for relationship. God, everything we talked about today, give it to these people. God, you're no respecter of person. You did it for me, and you will do it for these people. God, I watched you do it for a lady that made $40,000 a month mistreating your people and rats and roaches. God, these people are not like that. And God, we thank you. We give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. And before it even happens, before we get the first set of keys, we give you glory and honor now. And we say thank you now. Father God, thank you for allowing these people to be a good steward over what you're going to give them. Help us not to squander relationships this year. Help us not to fall to depression this year. Help us not to fall to people down talking what we're trying to start. Because if it's God is for us, who can be against us? And the devil, you are a liar. And God, you reign supreme in all of our lives. And God, without you, we're nothing. But God, with you, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So, Father God, we say thank you now for the relationships. We say thank you now for the real estate, and say thank you now for the knowledge. God, make these people 10 times smarter tomorrow than they were today. God, you said in your word that if a man lacks wisdom, let him ask, and you'll give it to him freely. So, God, today we ask you for wisdom, guidance, knowledge, understanding, and relationship. Because, God, if you put all of that together in a blender, this will work. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great.
Amen.
I love y'all. Say amen if you believe that. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't wait to be great.
God bless y'all.
Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show. And pick me up, you pick me up. I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. I am never forgotten. You have always provided. I'm not lacking, I'm not empty or in need. Haven't seen every promise, but I know that you are good. You're more than enough for me. You're everything I need. You never did another thing. You did enough for me. Yeah. You are with me through the lows. Pick me up.